Wild Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Heyo, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It is draft day. Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 952. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Woo! Mike, it is Christmas. This is the day that everybody waited for. You put your wish list in. Everybody had something they had in mind that they wanted. We hoped. We thought about it. We thought about it some more. And here we are, Mike. Today, it's the day. This is the Christmas morning, if you will, of the NFL year-round season, if you will. So I want to say welcome to everybody for being here, being on the board. Glad to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're coming from. Michael, NFL Draft Day 2026.
Oh my God! We finally made it. It's been a long process to get here. I'm excited for it. Draft day is finally here. I'm excited. It's here. The finish line is here. It's We're actually going to talk about something substantive, not speculative. Now we're going to be facts, out there that like we actually know who we have now. We know who our division rivals have. Rosters are going to start coming into shape and form. Now you got to figure out depth charts and who's going to start when and where. But now, my God, we're in a few short hours. We are going to know what your Pittsburgh Steelers are going to look like. We're going to know the actual philosophy of how this team is going to move forward under the Mike McCarthy regime. I'm excited, man.
Everybody's excited, Mike. They're starting to pile in on the North Shore. They're starting to pile in at Point State Park. People of every jersey color and team name that you could think of. They are, Mike. The bird is landing, if you will, in the Berg right now. So many people going to be in town this weekend, starting tonight. And of course, tonight is the number one, the first round of the NFL draft, Mike. The Pittsburgh Steelers and most teams, I believe, are going to be making their first round selections tonight. It's going to carry on through the weekend. Tomorrow, of course, being rounds 2 and 3, and Saturday wrapping up the remainder of the NFL draft. So much going on. I'm glad to see everybody today. It's just an exciting day. And as you said, Mike, you're kind of excited to get to this point for a couple reasons because, we covered it for about 6 weeks now. And at the end of the day, it's the speculation is enough, the wanting is enough, the rumors are enough, and you were just ready for this NFL draft to start, just to get the process going, so we could have some definitive answers, as you said, and know what we're going to do next, what everybody else is looking to do, and again, just take that next step in this off season to get to the regular season.
Yeah, it's like, I love this time of the year, but at the same time, it's feels like I'm being dragged to the finish line to the draft this year. There's been a lot of talk. I think it's because it's in Pittsburgh. It's always present at forefront, and we see it all day, every day when we leave the house. But I'm giddy with excitement. In a few 7.5 hours, Goodell's going to come out on stage. Every Yinzer, every NFL fan base is going to boo that MFer. And then finally, the Raiders will draft Exactly. They will draft Mendoza. They're going to drag that out for all 8 minutes. The first 10 picks are probably going to take forever. They're going to use all the time, drag it out. That's the part that's going to annoy me. But I think it's going to start flying, though. I anticipate a lot of trades, a lot of action. It's Christmas, baby.
It is Christmas morning. Everybody on this board, everybody in Pittsburgh, everybody around the country, like as you were as a kid, you come running down to the tree, slide toward the tree on your knees and into your gifts. And this is where we're at, guys. We're sitting around waiting for everybody to get around the tree so we could open our gifts. And sometimes this could be the longest part of the whole process, is the actual day of the waiting for, so on and so forth. But I do want to welcome everybody to the Two Dum Yinzers, guys, episode 952. So much stuff to talk about today as the NFL draft is kicking off. As I said, Mike, the North Shore, it's looking like a New York drafts. I'm sorry, an NFL draft site. As you watch every year, you see jerseys from every city. The Philadelphia Eagle jerseys. You see the San Francisco 49ers jerseys, Mike. Everything that I'm seeing from down at the draft is starting to fill up. And, there is a good, a bad, and an ugly to all this, Mike, if you will. If I can, let me just kind of go through this real quick. What should I start with? Should I start with the good, the bad, or the ugly?
We can go the ugly in honor of Derby.
All right, Mike, the number one pick was the ugly. The ugly is this. It's Pittsburgh. It's a beautiful city. But again, we have to walk around and share space with those Ravens fans, with those Browns fans, and with the Bengals fans, Mike. So that it's not good. It's not bad. But at the end of the day, it's ugly. So for that reason, they are the ugly. The bad. Pick number two. The bad is, of course, the Cleveland Browns are going to ruin somebody's life today.
Yeah.
They're going to ruin somebody's career. Their career is going to be done before it's even over. And I feel bad for whoever those players are. They have a couple picks today, actually.
Yeah, they got two, I believe. Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you. They are going to ruin somebody's career today. So that is the bad. And, of course, finally, the good, Mike. You couldn't have better weather for the NFL draft. If you were going down to the draft today, if you're coming in town for the draft today, I got to be honest, it couldn't be a nicer day for you. We've been dealing with the rain and snow and hail and everything else leading up to this day. But Mike, here it is, 4/23, April 23rd. As we've been waiting for months, it's been circled on our calendar. We're waiting, but the temperature couldn't be any better for the event in town today. Yeah. Very excited, Mike. We're going to have new toys, new players, new pieces, and everything today.
I'm excited. But like you said, the Browns are going to ruin multiple young men's lives today. I feel bad for them, but I will be laughing.
Can't the cops do something about this? They have, Mike.
They should. They should. The FBI is there.
Right.
They call a hotline that they're. It's like they're a terrorist cell, is what the Cleveland Browns are.
If you listen, let me tell you this: if you went out and ruined somebody's life today, the way that somebody is ruining, the way that Cleveland's ruining somebody's life, they'd throw you right in jail. They'd put you right in jail. But unfortunately, that's the way that it goes, Mike. And that would it be. I do want to say welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Do join us tonight. We're going to be back at 8 o'clock tonight to do a live stream to get this party started for the NFL draft. Of course, as the Steelers pick number 21 overall, will they trade? Will they move? Will they go up? Will they go down? Nobody knows what they're going to do. However, we do know that tonight we will be picking our next number one draft pick of this Pittsburgh Steelers to add to such a big list of great number ones over the years, Mike. And, for as great as the Steelers have been, they only had the number one pick one time in the Super Bowl era, which was a very, very long time ago. So for staying consistently good, drafting top players that's coming out of the draft certainly is not a forte of the Steelers. They get it done without getting the top guys in the draft.
Yeah, somehow we make it work. I like that about us. And I would love us though to see us trade up into the top 10 this year. Make a splash. I don't think it's going to happen. It's a pipe dream, but a man can dream.
Also, today we'll announce our number one picks on the show today, Mike. I have everybody's pick except for Finch. Finch, and I gave him a little leeway. He's had vacation. He was out in Vegas. I know that he's dealing with stuff with his front yard. They have a backhoe tearing it up and working on his plumbing. So he actually he said, you know what? I haven't been paying much attention. There's been so much going on. So I'm not going to make the pick just because, I don't really know. So you know what? It's just going to be excused. But however, Mike, the remaining people on the show, all our first picks will be announced today, Mike. And we'll see. We'll see if anybody lands on the first pick. And I'm going to be honest with you, something that makes it super strange is out of the 5 people who did make their picks, Mike, not one pick is the same. So just very interesting.
I like that. I like that. I was like leaning towards the same pick RB was, but I said, I know I didn't do it to be different, but I just it wouldn't surprise me if his pick's right, but I think I'm gonna be right because I am Fat Jesus. I am.
I doubt that. I think that I'm going to be right. So you guys just.
I know we all think we're going to be right, but I like that, because everyone has their own philosophy of who we think what position, what player we should grab.
Absolutely. And again, RB will be with us tonight. He'll be with us tonight. Derpy will be with us tonight for the live stream of the draft, the reaction. Guys, we hope to see everybody then as the draft kicks off tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here in Pittsburgh, PA. So much to get into, Mike. But before I start, I do want to say this. Yesterday, I did talk about these shows, some of the shows that are coming out, some of these documentaries and such. And I couldn't remember the one about the guys from Aliquippa, Mike. This is called, it was actually premiered last night. It's called Hall of Fame High. Hall of Fame High is this documentary that's about Aliquippa High School and the four players that grew up in Aliquippa that ended up being in the NFL Hall of Fame, Mike, that which leads the nation. There's no high school in this country that has more NFL Hall of Famers than Aliquippa. So if you are looking around trying to find that information out, which is very interesting, really cool, Mike, that is called Hall of Fame High. Hall of Fame High. See all about Darrelle Revis, Ty Law, Mike Ditka, and of course Tony Dorsett. Growing up in Aliquippa, never left Aliquippa, but he did go to Hopewell, the next door town school over. So again, from Aliquippa itself, four people in the NFL Hall of Fame. Amazing for such a small, still town here in Western PA.
It still boggles my mind that small little school produced, not only 4 Hall of Famers, but a plethora of other guys who have made it to the NFL as well.
Absolutely.
It's just insane.
And every time you turn around, there's another person, like the coach that took over for Penn State. He was from Aliquippa. And, every time you turn around, there's so many different connections to the guys over there. So, again, if you want to check that out, that is called Hall of Fame High. That again was premiered last night, Mike, along with, I think there's a draft documentary type thing that came out, the building up to the draft. I think there was also there is a football town, it's called. You could check that out at the Cayman Science Center and other places, I do believe. But so many different things out, Mike, right now where you could watch while you're in town and get caught up on a little bit of Western Pennsylvania football history.
Yeah, and I think even on the Steelers website, they have a documentary about Bill Nunn. The great scout of the 70s who helped, drafted the greatest draft class of all time and a bunch of other Hall of Famers, him and, Dan Rennie, figureheads of those draft classes. That one's going to be really, I think that one's supposed to be really, really good because Bill Nunn, not a lot of people know him, but they should know him. He was integral in building 4 Super Bowl championships.
I know everybody's chomping at the bit to get into it, Mike. Just let me read this description real quick of about Hall of Fame High. Let's see, through the stories of Aliquippa High School alumni Darrell Rivas, Ty Law, Mike Ditka, plus Tony Dorsett, born and raised in Aliquippa, Hall of Fame High traces a legacy forged by the rise and fall of the steel industry, the challenges that followed a culture of relentless competition and generations of bloodlines. No other high school has more than 2 Hall of Famers. Blending the past and the present from the peak of the steel industry of the fame induction weekends. The film reveals how a community shaped by struggle continues to produce excellence. All different kind of people involved in this, in the making of this Dick's Sporting Goods, these places. So guys, you might want to check that out, especially again, if you're from town. If you're not from town, it's very interesting because again, if you love your football, it's interesting to see this high school, again, very small, Mike, the Aliquippa High School in an old steel mill town.
Yeah.
The environment's rough down there, and you know what? Sometimes this is the only way out for people, and a lot of people do make it out by way of football. And as I said, Mike, not only making it out to a football, having more Hall of Famers than any single high school, private or public.
Yeah, it's just
in
insane.
The land.
Insane the talent that's down that has come through that area, and the talent through Western PA itself is crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
A ton of talent.
Let's get on the board. I don't want to wait too much longer. I do want to say welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm glad to see this today. It's NFL Draft Day. We waited for it. It's here. It's Christmas morning, if you will. Now we're just waiting for stupid little brother to wake up so we can get in under that tree and get these presents open. He's up there sleeping in, and we have to wait till he gets up. We can't know who our pick is until everybody is around the table. Everybody is ready. Let's get to the board, guys. Welcome to the show. What a do, Cody. Always great seeing Cody in the house, brother. I know Cody's waiting for the draft. Somber says, here we go, brother. Always great seeing Somber, my man. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, where are we going? Oh, hell, I don't know. Just learning. Let's go. It's always good to see Just Learning as well. Somber says, I don't know, but we're going. Great to see Christine in the house. Christine, go black and gold. I know she's ready for the NFL draft today. Squeege says, who made that intro? That is actually our in-house IA band. AI band, IA. It's our in-house AI band. I tried to throw them off. AI band. They made that for us. Very, very grateful for them. Let's do scoot up here to Jamie. Jamie Carlos says, yo, let's fucking go, baby. That's right. Let's get into it. This is draft day, guys. We're just 7 hours and 14 minutes away from the kickoff to the NFL draft, kicking off tonight at 8 o'clock in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Everybody is ready. I can see it here in the Berg. I can see it around the Berg. I can see it across the country, Mike, as you look online at the coverage and what people are ready for and what they're into. Everybody is very excited about this draft. Let's get back on the board again, Mike. I don't want to miss out on anybody today. So much to get into, so much to talk about. Cody says this. Cody says, Mike, no, Somber. I'm sorry. Somber says this, like the stream. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is. I'm going to go right here. Somber says, like the stream fuckers, or else we'll draft Beck at 21st overall.
Hit that like button.
We
do not want to see this face at number 21 at all.
Listen, if you don't like this show, if you don't hit the like button, you're going to wake up tonight with that face staring at you.
So we know definitely Mark Malone will not like today's show.
Yeah.
That should be the only unliked is from Mark Malone.
Tortilla, let's go here. Tortilla says, I was at Penn State, and they have a statue of Cody. They have a statue of Cody in the Penn State University. Jamal, what's up, dude? Always great seeing Black Magic on the terrible board. He says, man, what time does the show come on? LOL, if I didn't see you by 11 Central Time, I start to go into depression. You know what? It fluctuates a little bit in the off season. Again, it really depends. we shorten it up in the off season a little bit, so sometimes it fluctuates at the beginning. It's hard to tell. I apologize about that. Just Learning says, I just fucking liked. LOL. We appreciate that, my friend. Always great seeing Just Learning. We appreciate you. Jamal said this, probably pissing on something he isn't supposed to be at. Tortilla. Corey Beavers at Don't Drink That says, good afternoon, everyone. Just hit the big 1,000 on draft day, my friend. Great congratulations to you on his show right here on YouTube. It is called Don't Drink That. If you like conspiracy theories, go check out Corey at Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Congratulations, bro. Tortilla says, my mind's telling me no. Tortilla Jackson all the way from Sacramento, California. Great seeing you, my friend. Always great seeing Tortilla. I know that he's ready, Mike, for the NFL draft.
Oh, he's ready. I know he will be here during the live chat to show everyone why he is number one on my friends list.
All right. There you go.
And I know Cody is already chomping at the bit to show everyone why he is number one on the enemy list.
Yeah, he is. He is number one on the enemy list, Mike. Number one on the enemy list, but also number one in your heart, Cody. Let's move forward here on the board where Yinzer Joe, the original OG Yinzer Joe, he says, what's up? He says, I know what's up. The draft is today. Let's go. My man, that's right. I'm glad to see you, Yinzer Joe. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Let's go right here to Aaron Jade. Aaron Jade says, here we fucking go, Steelers. I missed you, Aaron. I was wondering why I was twitchy toward the end of the day. Yes. And I thought, you know what? I didn't see that text. I didn't see, but you know what? Do not take it personal. I understand life happens sometimes, but I know when Aaron doesn't put that message up. I just do. Let's go here to Jamal. Jamal says, congrats, Brody. Don't drink that. That's dope. That is very dope, dude. Congratulations, man. Feel very proud of yourself. You put a lot of time, work, and effort into your craft and continue it. As I always tell Mike, in anything like this, the only person that can stop you is you. At the end of the day, the only person that can stop you is you. Let's go here to Vegas. My man, Vegas. He says, but my body is telling me yes. That is Vegas, all the way from Las Vegas in the house today, sir. Glad to see Vegas, as always, on the terrible board. As we get in it, we're getting into it, baby. That's right. Yinzer Joe says, but my body's telling me yes. Now we do, Mike. We have the whole board. The whole board is singing for us. Kenneth Jones, always great seeing you, my man. He says, hi, guys. Always great seeing you, dude. You ready for the big day? Dude, there's dude in the house. John says this afternoon, fellas, wish I was there. Plans fell through. Hey, I totally get it, man. And then you could have dealt with all the stress of everything that is going down there. And one thing I do want to mention, I think it was Squeege the other day, or Steel Loyal. Somebody asked some of the things you could do when you're in town. I've heard them mention you could gamble too. You could go right to the casinos, the Rivers Casino that's right across the road from Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, if you will. And you could go over and you could gamble while you're in town. It's very convenient. As a matter of fact, the people from Duquesne Pilsner are posted up right near there. They are between Acrisure Stadium and Rivers Casino. So if you are coming down or you are down there, do swing over to see the guys. Grab yourself some free brew. Duquesne Pilsner posted up right between the casino and the stadium.
Grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke, baby. All kind of stuff is going on, Mike. We're going to get into a lot today as we're trying to count down. And then there's Derpy. Derpy is in the house. What a surprise! I didn't even get to ring the draft chime for Derpy when he walked in, but that's all right because I got something else.
Derpy.
There you go. I got that for you, Derpy. Let's
Where's
go.
The booze at too?
The booze. Let's go right here to Jamal gang at Yinzer Joe. Also, Aaron J. They shorted the draft time from 10 to 8 minutes. Woo!
Yes.
I got to be honest. I like that a lot.
Me too. I love that. You've had how many months to prepare? You should know who you want. You should have a good idea of what's happening around you in the draft. You GMs talk all the time. Have this shit ready to go. Let's blow through this first round, boys.
Let's go right here to End of Days. He says, this Go Steelers. I hope they take a quarterback first round. Is that your pick?
My.
We are going to be placing putting our picks out there today between Mike, Finch. I'm sorry, not Finch, Mike, Derpy, myself, RB, and Chop. We're going to put up and see who could get the closest, or if anybody could land on it again tonight with our first round pick. We do have, as a matter of fact, in Derp, we have 5 different picks, if you could believe that. I don't think that we could have done that if we tried. 5 different people. So we will be releasing that here as the show goes on. Let's go to Don't Drink That. Corey, he says, Jamal, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. And also, Jamal, you as well, man. I am chomping at the bit to hear what's going on with you guys in your show, because I want to support you guys as well. Let's go right here to Somber. He says, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Squeege says, let's go, baby. That's right. Derpy, look at Derpy. He's ready, Mike. He looks like a left guard. I think Derpy's trying to get drafted today. Look at him. He got his uniform on. He's ready to go. And he's kind of got them short arms. You know what I mean? He's not a tackle. He could be a guard.
I got the stomach.
Mike's eating. His microphone ain't on.
We had to move from outside to inside. I'm sorry. I haven't eaten at all today.
Wait to be ready for the show. He's eating. His mouth is full. The microphone is off.
This is what we're going to have to deal with tonight, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a long day, been a long week. But no, Derpy, I'm glad you're here for draft day.
Absolutely. Always great seeing the Derp dog in the house. Let's go to right here where Vegas says this. Mr. Rooney made sure our fans will be up front, at least in front of the Raven fans. I guess that's the only thing that matters. Of course, Rooney did. He made them. He made the NFL change the seating arrangements as Baltimore was placed in front of the Steelers. He requested that they be behind. Yes, petty, but you know what? It's the Ravens. You can never be too petty.
You can never be too petty, and that's the way you should be, especially in sports. That's part of the fun of sports, is fucking with the other teams, especially a rival.
Robbie says this: Steelers need to clean up their restrooms. They smell like piss because it's supposed to be a sterilized.
And that's your lip.
It's supposed to be a sterilized environment, like a doctor's office. It's a football game, you jerk off.
It's still we established this yesterday, bro.
I know. Didn't we just talk about
this?
Not
on your lips, bro. Like if you're into golden showers, that's your thing, brother. Well done. Hey, man, everyone has their kink. You don't have to come announce it every day, bro.
And again, it's football.
Ryan,
it's like, some people are like, it's got to be in a dome. You got to have nice weather. We can't, bathrooms can't smell like piss. What the fuck do you want men to do? These are grown men who go out and drink and watch a game and cheer and high five and bump chests with all this stupid shit with the stalls and the bathrooms. And who cares? Listen, we have people that take care of that shit. We go watch the game. We go home and, people come and they clean it up. Who cares? It's life. Go to any stadium. Maybe not any, but I guarantee a lot. It's men, grown men partying. What do you want? Let's go to JPJ as the GOAT, Tyrone. Wrong. You, my friend, are the GOAT. Great seeing you, Tyrone.
Is the GOAT.
Always in the house. Vegas says this, is every city going to get the draft now? They are going to try to spread it around as much as possible because this is what I think they're trying to do, Vegas, for a lot of cities up north that aren't going to have the Super Bowl, because this is bringing a ton of recognition, revenue, everything into the city. And at the end of the day, I think the NFL wants to spread that around and to the teams that can't do Super Bowls. I'm sorry, Derpy, what's up?
I was just going to tell you the scammers are out for parking already.
There's probably every single kind of person you could imagine out today. You see how packed it gets on day one. You see how packed it gets when they all start piling in and just shoulder to shoulder and everybody's getting hot and they're perspirating. The body warmth is warming you up. Let's go on to Jamal. Jamal says, yes, sir. At Yinzer Joe. Vegas says, is ice there? You know what? They're going to need ice. It's going to be hot. Just kidding. I don't know. They may be. Who knows? Who knows what the hell's going on with all that shit? Jamal says this, for show, my G, don't, at Corey, want to catch the show sometimes. Do you go live on a tube?
Tube.
Vegas says this. He says Herbig and 135 for Mac Jones. Fair trade is a question on X. I have no interest in Mac Jones. That's me personally. But again, if you like him, whatever. But I've never really got crazy about the Mac Jones idea.
Me either. I know some people on the board were for him, but I'm not. We have Mac Jones at home. He's called Will Howard.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know that yet. we don't know that yet.
We don't. But that's the joke.
That's the reason why they make you play the game. Let's go on to the next question here. Jamal says this. He says, at Ty, JPJ ain't Rod Woodson. Calm down, bro. But Ty says, draft day, baby. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says, guys. I know what's up. I'm ready for the draft. Jamal says, this Vegas, man, I like Mac Jones. No lie, but I love Herbig. Yeah, me too. I love Herbig. Again, I have no interest in Mac, but again, I have no problem with anybody that does. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says JPJ never given up a touchdown. What about Woodson? Let's go here, gang. Jamal to Ty. JPJ is Batman. On top of that, I do know that I heard this morning that Michael Keaton, at some point through the weekend, of course, Batman, will be here making a pick for the Steelers at some point in the later rounds this weekend. Again, Michael Keaton from right here in the Montour area. He will be in town for the big draft this weekend. Ty gang. Jamal says JPJ never had a pick six either. Check out Rod, man. I wish you got to see him play. And you know what? He has more than everybody. I think Rod Woodson has the most pick sixes, if I'm not mistaken.
Pick sixes, I think he might. Yeah.
Let's go to Lemon a Steeler. Tyrone says also. Cody says Lemigre. I'm going to go to here where Vegas says that Jamal, he's okay, but I like Herbig more too. Absolutely. I mean, Herbig's going to be considered a top pass rusher before you know it.
Yeah, he's well regarded throughout the league, and like you're not giving him up for a Mac Jones. He my God, Herbig provides more value to a team than Mac Jones does.
I tell you what, Mike, why don't you put a poll up today? Put a poll up on the board for people to participate. What are we going to draft in the first round? Don't put names because it could really be 100 names. Maybe put by position, quarterback, offensive line. Mike, do throw up the poll. We ask everybody a call to action, if you will. Jump on and throw your opinion up on the poll. What you believe. Not what you want, but what you believe we're going to see from the Steelers tonight in their very first pick, whether it be 21, whether it be higher, whether it be lower. It could be anything, a number of possibilities. So Mike is going to throw a poll up, guys. If you guys would participate in that, we'll check out the results and talk a little bit about that. Tyrone says this. He says, guys, he says to Jamal, he says, my dad loved Woodson. I'm hip to him, man. And Rod Woodson was a great, no two ways about it. I'm going to go here to Vegas. Vegas says Woodson made the 75th and 100th NFL anniversary teams. He sure did. He was something, man.
All decade teams, and he was arguably the greatest cornerback of all time.
Tortilla Jackson, Mike, a little bit of a Penn State Aliquippa mashup, if you will. Vegas, I'm sorry, Tortilla Jackson said Allerquippa. Mike drew Allerquippa.
No. Do not disrespect the quip like that.
Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this, a little funny. My dad, like Joey Porter Sr., wasn't his favorite player, but then JPJ is Ty's favorite player. So there you go, man. Father's son. I like it. Let's start with Vegas, or go to Vegas. Vegas says, what's their mascot? What is their mascot? Who's mascot? I'm sorry. Allerquippers, maybe? Allerquippa. I don't know. Maybe remind me on the team, Vegas, and we will try to get you your mascot. Let's go here to Corey. Don't drink that. He says, at Jamal, I don't. I did, and it was a bust. LOL, but I can do it Monday mornings. I want to do more lives if I ever get to be YouTube full-time. I'll do a live every day. And the thing I want to tell you, Corey, is just keep going. Again, you are the only person who can stop you. Everything else is going to come in time. Everything's going to come in time, brother. Just keep doing what you want to do. Cody says Quip is GOAT. That's right, baby. No other high school has more than 2 Hall of Famers in the NFL. Aliquippa has 4. Little steel mill town by the river. Let's go here to Jamie. Jamie says this. Jamie says JPJ got a lot of work to do before he ranks as high as Woodson as a Steeler corner for sure. But I gotta admit though, Jamie, from the first year, his tackling picked up. He got less handsy. So a couple things certainly improved over the first few seasons because his tackling was terrible when he first came up, and a lot of penalties, which came down substantially over in the last season. So again, we got to definitely recognize the improvement by JPJ over the time. But again, certainly more improvement needs to be if he's going to be considered up there with Rod. But Mike does have the pull up on the board, if you will, everybody. What do you think? What do you think the Steelers are going to take in the first round? This is the main narrative right here. So I do apologize. Wide receiver, tackle, and guard. And then I know a lot of people are going to say quarterback, but it's only letting Mike put up 4. So if you want a quarterback, put it as other. And again, we will take a look at the results and keep up with them as the show goes on. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad to see you today as the NFL Draft 2026 is getting ready to kick off, Mike, in just hours right here in Western Pennsylvania, right outside of Acrisure Stadium. If you're coming into town, it's right next to the stadium. It's in between PNC Park and Acrisure, but right next to Acrisure. I'm going to try to get it right today. I've been calling it Heinz Field for an extra couple of years. But yes, the draft is right next to Acrisure Stadium, guys. So much to do in town. Get over to the Science Center. Get over to casinos. Do some gambling. Guys, perfect weather. But again, enjoy the day nonetheless. Whatever you do, just enjoy the day. And if you're coming from out of town, welcome. Welcome to Steel City, guys. We're glad to have you. And you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care if you're a Raven fan. Let's just enjoy this day, make it a big one for the city, Mike. People make some money. And, again, you can't have Super Bowls in these northern towns. So, something like this is huge. I'm excited. Everybody's excited and glad that it's finally here.
I am too. And, things seem to be going well as everyone starts showing up. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day down in Pittsburgh.
I couldn't agree more. I'm seeing some results on the board. Wide receiver, 47%. It disappeared on me. I don't know where it went. Mike, if you can just read the results as we just 2 minutes into the poll, how it's looking, if you will. Oh, there it is. Wide receivers, 44%. Guards, 39%. Other 11% and 6% on the offensive tackle. So keep them coming, guys. Very interested to see what Yinzer Nation, what the Yinzerverse, what Pittsburgh has to say about today and what they believe our Steelers are going to do with that first round pick. Our newest toy on this Christmas morning. Derpy, how you feeling, brother?
Derpy. I'm feeling great. I'm ready for some food tonight too, as well, and to relax and watch football.
Hey man, that's what it's all about, baby. You know what? We eat on Super Bowl Sunday. You know what? There ain't no reason why we shouldn't be eating it up on draft day as well. Again, this is basically the Super Bowl for the North. It looks like that's how they're going to be doing it from here on out. And you know what? We'll take it.
Like you said many years ago, Ryan, it's Christmas Day for football fans.
It really is Christmas Day.
Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Let's get back on the board here, guys. I do want to say what's up to Anthony Manzano. Anthony said this. Would you guys be willing to do a pick swap with the Dolphins where we give you guys 30 for a chin, 5th and a 6th next year for 21? You know what? The thing is about that, we went out and we got ourselves Rico Dowdle, and we have Jalen Warren, who's kind of been the solid other piece, and also the second-year Caleb Johnson. I mean, if we were a little bit more in need of a running back, you consider something like this, but I just think that's it. We're not in position, and we're not really looking to improve the running back room at the time. So unfortunately, I don't think that would work this year. But Mike, and just in general, how does that deal sound to you?
God awful. No offense, but to put it up there, no, there's no way that the Steelers would even entertain that offer. Their running back room is set.
All right. Well, we do appreciate it, Anthony. Do stick around. Yeah. We got a lot going on. We'll be back tonight also at 8 o'clock for the live stream reaction for the NFL draft right here in Pittsburgh, PA, baby. Let's go on to this. Let's go to Dude. Dude says wide receiver Tyson. He says, is that your guy, dude? You're going Tyson? Anthony says, and a second this year, Mike. And a second he threw in there.
No.
All right. Hey, he tried.
He tried. I give him credit.
I give him credit because he's a Dolphins fan. I give him credit for that as well. That's not an easy thing to do. Not knocking your team. I'm just saying
it's tough being a Dolphins fan.
I think Tyson will be gone at 6 or 5.
What's that?
I think Tyson will be gone at 5.
Yeah, he's going to be gone early.
That's just me though. That's what I've seen. That the Giants.
I mean, if you lived in 1972, being a Dolphins fan would be amazing.
Right?
The best. So there you go. Let's go. Move on the board again, guys. Welcome everybody. Glad to see everybody today. I know everybody's super pumped for the NFL draft. Mike, as we are just a little less than 7 hours away from the start of the event. Mike, Nelly was in town last night. Nelly was in town last night. I do know that Wiz Khalifa, also Brett Michaels, and what's the guy's name? I didn't recognize the name, but that doesn't mean anything. That just means that I'm not with it. Kane Brown, maybe. Kane Brown also. He'll be in town on Saturday. And Kells, the local musician, also will be there. So much going on down at the North Shore at Point State Park. All kind of exhibits, all kind of interactive events, things that you could do. Go over and check out the trophies. Go over and check out just everything. Look. Former Steelers in the place to be is in the place. You got other great players, Curtis Martin in town to introduce, players for the Jets or the Patriots or whoever the hell. But there are going to be a lot of former Steelers tailgating, guys. So if you are making your way down to the North Shore, just be prepared. There's going to be a lot of folks. Again, they're expecting up to almost 750,000 people down on the North Shore and Point State Park and into downtown. So the event is special. It's historic. You want to be a part of it, but you know what? All that great stuff doesn't come without some kind of headache, Mike. And you're certainly going to be running into headaches, especially if you're trying to find a place to park your car when you're going to the draft today.
Yeah. Cool. Good luck with that. Maybe park by Derpy's house. You guys can all go down with him. I think that would be a fun service if Derpy would provide that to all the 32 NFL fan base. It's not just Steeler fans.
Park your car at Derpy's house and walk from his house.
An hour or 20 away.
Derpy will shuttle people back and forth.
Let's go here, Mike. Jamal says, I feel you. It's hard to make the time. Okay, back to Corey on that. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, Anthony, that's a hard no, but you know what? I don't blame you for trying. Let's go to Cody. He says, I hope they draft Sawyer Robinson. He's the next Tom Brady. Interesting. It's an interesting take. Let's go here to
we visited with him. He might be a guy that they look at in like the fifth through seventh rounds.
He's good. Yinzer Joe says this at Anthony Manzano. A chin isn't available. Dolphins don't want to trade him. Even if they did, the Steelers backfield is fine. And that's the only thing. I mean, we have holes right now. We need this, and we need this. And we have a second layer of holes as well. Your inside linebacker and things like this that aren't immediate. So again, if the running back room was in a little different shape, possibly talk about it. But at the end of the day, I think we're happy, Mike. I think we're happy with our backfield.
Oh, yeah, they're static with the backfield. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if we do select a running back in, like, the third or fourth round. Just, they're saying, Big Johnson has a clean slate, but he's not their guy.
Right.
And you're going to want to get people that are your guys, that you want to draft to fit your system, that you know a whole that you're probably more familiar with because you're actually watching tape on this on these new guys, where McCarthy probably didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Caleb Johnson coming out last year. So wouldn't surprise me if they go running back in the draft.
Let's go right here to Somber. Welcome back to
the
show. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, Jamie, I know he will, though. Tommy Strings, sorry, I jumped right over Tommy. Great seeing Tommy Strings back on the board, man. He says, let's rock and roll tonight, boys. That's right. This is what we've been waiting for, dude. Tommy, we've been talking about this for how long? And, Mike and I was talking. It's like you just get to the point where the talking about it is just, it's exhausting. You want it to get here. You want it to be done with. You want to know who's going to be on your team. So you, again, can take that next step in the off season, guys, to get prepared and move forward to this year, Mike. Somebody is going to be trying to make their way to Super Bowl 61. 61. Hopefully, our name could be in the hat. We will see. We'll see with what we do today, tomorrow, and the next day can help us at all get to that point.
It would be awesome. This rookie class would be the rookie class to get us to the promised land.
That'd be nice. Let's go right here to Vegas. I guess their mascot is an alligator, or an anteater, or an aardvark. Who is the aardvark? What am I missing here?
I have no idea.
Jamal says we go into the Super Bowl, baby. Boy, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great, man? Let's go right here to Tortilla, he says, Allen Iverson made the intro. That's right. Also, did you guys see Shaquille O'Neal was in town last weekend? He was DJing over on the south side. Did you see that?
I did.
How in the hell he sneaks in under the radar? I'll never know. But yeah, Shaq was on the south side DJing. I mean, everybody was going crazy. He's dancing. It looked like something to see.
I mean, Shaq blends into any crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to Jamal. He says, here we go. Steel Loyal, my man in the house. Great seeing Steel Loyal. He's making, I think he's making his return to the Steel City, but he says this. He says the Color Rush Metcalf jersey made its return today. So we definitely, I know a few of you guys were debating on who the jersey was going to be that you were going to wear today. So we do know that the Color Rush Metcalf jersey is what Steel Loyal is going with. Ty says, Lemon, hey, all day. Steeler Freak, what's up, dude? Big John Stud, middle name Mud on the board. He says 7777. Jamal, what year? Anthony Manzano says, yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I don't believe they're not going to trade Devin. I think they just said that. I have no problem with Miami. I mean, our dude Dan Marino had a wonderful career down there. Let's go here to also
the one who got away.
The one that got away. Let's go to Jamal. Jamal says, I think it was John Cena at Tortilla. Squeege in the house. Always great seeing Squeege. I believe he's coming to town today as well from Ohio. Great seeing Squeege. He says he's stoked, baby. He is stoked. Somber replies to Ty's lemon by saying lime. Jamal says this. He says to John every year, what you mean, LOL? I see he's going back to that Super Bowl comment. Tortilla says this. John Cena is actually on today's show. You see him right there next to Derpy.
He is right next to Derpy.
I would say it's Derpy, but Mike, he's not disappearing today. I don't.
He's not. He's actually in phase.
I'm not used to solid form Derpy.
I know, like the bottom part of him, you can see is kind of wigging out, but but the money maker is right in frame for the Derpster.
You gotta love it.
He's down there like Schefter. Just tweeting and texting away. He's on top of everything.
He don't play around. And I got to tell you who else doesn't play around, Mike. Our draft guys, Chop and RB. Oh my God. I get on this morning. I mean, if you don't think these guys are working, I get on the group chat and there was like 149 messages.
Right.
The two talking about the numbers, the statistics of damn near every player in the draft. And I'm looking down now. I opened up the page like when it was about 149. It's at about 50 right now. So this morning alone, or this end of this afternoon, that's like over a couple hundred messages between our draft team. Yeah. These guys are always working hard.
I took a nap before the show, and I wake up and I see well over 100 notifications. Like, what the fuck did I miss? And like you said, it's just filled with a bunch of draft insight, man. I love this time of the year.
Absolutely. I do too. And unfortunately, because of work, neither of them are able to be with us right now. However, Chop will be on the scene tonight. Mike Chop will be on the scene tonight at the draft. And also, along with Derpy, RB will be here with us on the live stream reaction video during the draft. We'll be here. So you want to make sure you get back. Then let's jump forward on the board here. Jamal says this. I thought that was Bam Bam Bigelow. Never mind. That's just Vanilla Thunder. Let's go to Dude. Dude says 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes, no Beck. I like that. And there it is. There it is. If you thought
what's so funny, Derpy? The only thing that's changed is my face has gotten a little skinnier and I shaved my beard. I just got my tats all covered up, bro.
Looking good. Like you're ready for an ECW match, baby.
Damn straight, brother.
Let's go to little ECW bell. Let's go right here to Anthony Manzano says this. It doesn't make sense for us to sign a running back to an extension when we're in the middle of rebuild and we have a horrendous salary cap situation. And I got to be honest with you, Anthony. And I know that Yinz guys got more problems than just this. But at the end of the day, last year when we faced Yinz guys, Yinz were the hottest running team in the league at the time. And again, I'm not shitting on anybody. We were able to stop the Dolphins running game pretty easily. I don't know if blocking played into this. I don't know, scheme, whatever. But again, the Shin is good. But again, coming in hot, the Steelers stopped them pretty easily, actually. And we did let up 250 yards against the Buffalo Bills at a few weeks earlier. So, again, I do know that the Dolphins have a way to go. But, again, we wish you the best. We really do. Hope that you could get that team down in South Florida up and going. And maybe make a run for it in the AFC East. That'd be nice. Get some of these other teams out of there for once, the Bills, the Patriots, and such. So I could root for some Dolphins. Let's go to Jamal says this. Love you, Cody. Just talking ish because I miss you, man. Of course, I can't wait to see the crew get back together over there. I really can. I hope it's sooner than later. Tyrone says, wearing my JPJ jersey tonight just for a good luck charm. How did I not guess? How did I not know? But you know what? I love it. I'm there every minute for it, Ty. I'm excited for you, brother. Squeege says, right now I want Vega. Again, there's a name that's being mentioned. We got a lot to get into. Also, we are going to get our picks out today on who we think is going to be the number one pick for the Steelers tonight. I got to be honest with you, Derpy. All five of us that made our picks, all five of us, we all picked a different player. Unbelievable. We didn't know who each other picked, but everybody ended up picking a different player who we believe will be the first pick of the draft for the Steelers tonight.
And knowing the Steelers, they won't pick any of them. Derpy!
Derpy is going to immediately hate whoever the pick is if it doesn't say OSU next to their name. He's just going to hate no matter who. If it's an offensive lineman, Derpy's going to hate them for their entire career.
Especially if they trade up for one.
Also, I do want to say this, guys. If you are in town, or if you're in town and you're at the stadium at the draft this evening, do not let Roger Goodell walk out on that stage without giving him hell, guys. Again, this is always obviously a tradition that they do in every city. Make a name for our city tonight. Give him hell when Roger Goodell walks out on that stage. Boo him louder than you've ever booed anybody before. Mike JB, Jerome Bettis will be calling the pick the Steelers draft pick tonight. John Stallworth will be there tomorrow calling a pick. And on the first third round pick will be the Peasies. Of course, Jay Peasy and JPJ will be doing the father-son calling of the pick, Mike, on the third round. Derpy.
Actually, I should have sent you this the other day, but one of our local area kids from a high school called Farrell is actually doing a pick for the Steelers.
Farrell is local to us too. I mean, that's got to be the close point because Lorenzo Styles, his son, of course, Lorenzo and Sonny are up for the draft. In my high school that I played, that I went to, the school I went to my whole life, Farrell was in our division back in the day. So very, very familiar with the Farrell Steelers, as a matter of fact. I do want to say right off the top, I want to say, Cody, thank you so much for the super chat. Cody says this, Mike's going to be so happy the rest of his life with Drew Aller.
See, you do that on a super chat, so I can't give you shit. That's some big brain IQ I did not think Cody possessed. Well done, my friend. Well done.
Cody's playing chess.
He is playing chess over here.
Let's go right here to Tortilla. Hell yeah. Jamal, who do you want at 21? He's asking Ty. Final answer. Finally, Tyrone says we're trading up for Lemon. Ty says Vega, Lemon, Cooper Jr. I'm happy. Vegas chimes in and says we should draft Lemon and Orange. Lemon and Orange. Guys, Lemon and Orange. That would be interesting. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says we're trading up to get ahead of the Ravens to get Vega. Apparently, that's the move. From what I'm hearing, we're jockeying for position with the Ravens. We don't know if it's going to happen, but that certainly is speculation as of right now, Mike.
That would be awesome. We do have to leapfrog them. We have to also leapfrog maybe Tampa Bay to get him. But we have the ammunition to do it, and I hope we jump up into the first round just to hear Derpster's reaction. It will be epic.
Guys, as we said yesterday, the 57th pick, the 57th pick of the NFL draft is going to be not only getting a nice contract, not only going to the NFL, but also getting a lifetime supply of Heinz ketchup. That's right, Mike. They're going to be giving a red jacket tonight.
I want a lifetime of Heinz ketchup.
Well, Derpy, you got to go play. You're a guard. I'm telling you, look at you. You can be a guard. But these guys, Mike, whoever gets picked at 56, they will get a red jacket. And that red jacket indicates that they were the 57th pick in the NFL draft. And they will be receiving free Heinz ketchup for the rest of their life. Unlimited supply of Heinz
That's pretty
ketchup.
useful.
That's amazing.
I love it. Not only do we will have, the first overall pick, we have Mr. Irrelevant. Only in Pittsburgh could you make the 57th pick overall something awesome and special. That's why that is what is going to make this draft better than all the other drafts that have been in different cities. Lifetime supply of Heinz ketchup on top of an $8 million contract. What a time to be alive.
Absolutely, Mike. Of course, speculation. We don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to trade forward? Are we going to trade backward? Are we going to stay put? Are we going to draft him? We're going to draft him, Mike. But some things have come up over the past week or so where we're being notified that some players from the Steelers they could be used. Maybe the speculation more over the last week than in the past leading up to the draft. Alex Highsmith, like we're hearing his name. They'll be fielding calls. And again, that's not saying they're going to move him. They're not going to trade him. But they put it out there that Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, Mike, is another name. And who else? I think there was somebody else that I'm not thinking of that's off the top of my head.
PQ.
And PQ, that's right, Patrick Queen,
Yeah.
Mike. These are some speculative moves that we could possibly make. People that have a little bit of value to help us move forward and such. So again, that's these are possibilities, whether you think they are or not, Mike. And Christian Kuntz, of course, the long snapper, he says, I'd be devastated. I would be devastated if Alex Highsmith would be involved in a trade this weekend at the draft. And you know what? It's such a difficult decision to make because with the 3 pass rushers, how do you handle the situation? They all need to play. They all need to get paid. And unfortunately, we have a good problem because at the end of the day, we're going to have 2 good pass rushers. But how do you handle this situation?
Right. It's like we've been saying all along. Like, preferably, it would be TJ Watt because you think he would get the most value. And, he's the oldest. His career's almost over. These guys still have a lot of time left, especially Herbig. But, contract wise, it makes the most sense for, unfortunately, for Highsmith to be the one to go. I don't want to see him go. I've liked Highsmith. I have loved watching him get better year after year after year. But unfortunately, he's the one who makes the most sense. And, to get where you want to be, you have to move assets. And he's like the most movable one that makes the most sense. If you can package him in a first to move up and get, the first round swap and maybe some picks next year, do it and go get, Lemon, go get Vega, whoever you want. It's gonna suck. It's gonna sting, but you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
That's right.
It's a tough business.
I tell you what, Mike, you really laid the Tomlin out on the line there. You laid your Tomlinism out there.
Yeah.
You got to break a few eggs if you're going to make an omelet. Then you know what? I'm ready for some NBC. I'm ready for some.
You got to break a few eggs if you're going to bake a cake.
There you go. And if you have male parts or whatever the hell else he says, that's all great. We're going to be seeing a lot of that as he's going to NBC to do some studio work. Everybody's excited about that. I do want to say what's up. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Scott Atkins. Always great seeing Scott on the terrible board. He says Steelers will make everyone's jaw drop by trading up for Mekhi Lemon. I don't want Ty Simpson. Ty can lock the brown eye. You know what? I agree. I don't. I have no interest at all in Ty Simpson, to be honest with you. I just think it really feels off compared to what we're working with, what we need, where we're at. And again, people say, well, we don't have a quarterback. I get that. But there's kind of something in the works here. Again, Mike, we're waiting on Aaron, and Will Howard could certainly use a chance, get an opportunity to show us what he could do. So again, a lot of things could still happen. That's why, Mike, again, I couldn't wait to get to this week because the speculation is a lot of what ifs, and you really can't answer things. You could speculate, you could throw opinions out, but Mike, this weekend here, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for some of these questions to be answered. I'm ready to know that we're not drafting a quarterback in the first round, which I don't think that we're going to do. I'm ready for a lot of these questions, Mike, and so we can move on again, knowing what it is we have, so we can move into the next position. Again, we've got rookie camps, we have OTAs, we have all kind of things coming up around the corner. So this is going to answer questions that we need to have answered before we make that next turn.
Yeah, big time. And God, it's the speculation is fun, but when you've been doing it for months and months and months, like you said, we're ready for the real thing, and we're 7.5 hours away from the first pick being announced. hopefully we move up, get our answers for the Steelers, because I'm tired of the what if, the what if, the what if, the what if. I want to see tangible results from this whole process, because I don't think we can fuck this pick up. The only way we can do that is if we draft like a center or a quarterback or a running back or an edge in the first round. It's the only way we can really fuck this pick up. And I have faith that Kahn and Weedle are gonna nail this fucker, because we have to.
Speaking of Kahn and Weedle, Mike, I just read this morning Andy Weedle once again floated for the vacant Vikings GM job. This offseason we went through a little bit. We hoped that we didn't lose Weedle. I think he even interviewed with the Vikings, Mike. But it right now I do know that Andy Weedle once again floated for the vacant Vikings GM job.
I don't want to see him go. We need to do whatever we can to keep him here, but it's only a matter of time before he takes a spot where he is the, named as the number one guy. And I think it's going to sting the franchise if he goes. But, good for him if he takes it, man. He deserves it for the work he's done in Pittsburgh and in Philly.
Let's go to Cody. Cody on the board. He says, I'm number one in Mike's heart, just like Drew Aller. Cody is number one in your heart.
And he wonders why he's always on the enemy list. This motherfucker.
Let's go right here. Jamal Black Magic 7777 says, Derpy. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Please tell me that's not a Najee Harris jersey, Derpy.
It's not. It's Harrison.
James Harrison from here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to okay, it's 92. Gotcha King Derpy. Vegas is saying on the board. Derpy. Let's go here. Jamal says can't tell with the man boobs in the way.
I can bring him out.
Please. Yeah, no, come on.
No. We do not want to scare anyone away today.
Jamal. Let's move on right here to Somber says trading up to third overall and drafting Pavia. Vegas says this. When does it really start? Like 5 Eastern time. You know what? It will be 8 Eastern time. 8 Eastern time is the official start. So for you out in Vegas, it would probably be 5, right? I think that's how that plays out. Let's go here to Jamal. Jamal says Omar Cooper Jr., the final pick. Cody's asking Derpy to see his knockers on the board. Cody wants to see the knockers, man.
No.
he's saving that for the big show later.
Right.
Tune in later. Let's go here to Vegas. Vegas says Steelers draft party with their Derpy with their last pick. Dude says I have 4 seats in the pit area for Saturday. Can't go. Ryan, Mike, Derpy, RB. Want them for free? For what?
For what?
For the draft? It's free anyway. Oh, in the pit.
In the pit. Damn.
Let's get back to you. Moving along on the board, dude. Let me get back to you near the end of the show. Jamal, he says, I bet the ladies' restroom is still worse. You're probably right. You're probably right. Scott says this time for the annual bandwagon barf talk about Baltimore. The Ratbirds suck and Lamar is overrated. Big game bum. I couldn't agree more. And you know what? Every year they're picking to win the division. What they do start last year 1-5.
Everybody on defense too. Besides, add one guy.
Yeah. Tortilla says, bring a ball with you in your bathroom and push it up to your tush. What? Tortilla, I'm not quite sure on that, but all right. RB, my man in the house, of course, from the crew, our draft specialist. RB says, damn, Andy Weedle can't get no thumbnail. Love on his big day.
There's still the live stream thumbnail to go.
Right.
And again, Andy Weedle might not be here, Mike, from what we're reading from this morning, Minnesota, that rumor is flying around again. Robert said this, the draft is finally here. I am past the halfway mark for weight loss and will be able to enjoy a couple of months of summer beer drinking in football season, down 35 pounds since the Super Bowl. And you know what? If I could recommend, Duquesne Pilsner does have a fantastic light beer. If you are looking for some beer to drink that's light, Robert, Duquesne Pilsner is always the direction to go. But congratulations on everything, man.
Well
35 pounds. Mike, what are you down now, Mike?
I'm down 12.
All right, getting there. slowly but surely. Let's go right here to Ty. Ty says this, right, I feel he calls the shots for real, and we do trust. Cody says, Mike, how devastated are you going to be when we don't draft Drew Aller, Mike?
He's a Mendoza guy now, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Indiana Hoosiers over. If we draft Drew Aller anywhere above the 5th round, I might crash out. I might crash
You'll say,
out. No disrespect to the young man, but I watched you at Penn State for like 3 or 4 years. That was enough, brother.
John says this, Derpy's stomach has its own social security number and must pay taxes.
Derpy!
Wow.
Everybody, I tell you what, everybody is on today. Mike, everybody is on. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's go right here to Jamie. Jamie Carlos says, Vega Cooper Jr. Fano is in the first round. Anybody else better be best player available and better than the 3 I stated. Yeah, I mean, but it's tough though. You know, you got a lot of teams in front of us, and we're going to see what we could do. We have 12 total picks. If we could work anything into a package, if we could put some players into a pack, I don't know what the hell's going on, Mike, because again, at the end of the day, we have 5 different first round picks between 5 different people here on the show that we're going to be releasing here soon. So again, it's tough to hit this one on the head, Mike. There's a lot of different ways, but in a controlled way. You know what it is we're going after, but there's a lot of different options within that, in that bracket. So again, it's going to be difficult to predict who we do pick first, Mike, and who's available and who's not available. And so again, big night for our Steelers.
Yeah, and I was reading reports today. It said like there could be the floodgates opening from 10 on down of offensive linemen making a big run after the 10th overall pick. And so at that point, do you want to go O-line? Do you want to gamble one of the receivers will fall to you? It's going to be tricky. And if the Steelers make trades, it wouldn't surprise me if we trade a player for picks and then use some of those picks to move up and in the first round to get the guy we want, not necessarily trade with a team with that player, make side deals with another team to get picks, package those picks, our picks to move up. A lot of ways we can do to get our guy, but it's going to be tough, man, because a lot of teams ahead of us need the same positions. If we want a receiver, like, do you maybe got to trade up to 10 with New York? Because what if they want to go Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon at that point? How was that going to cost us to move up 11 spots? We have to move up very far to get one of the 2 or 3 guys that a lot of us really want. And what's that going to cost the team, and what are they willing to spend? It's going to be a tough one to figure out, but it's going to be interesting to see what we do, because I know the Cowboys want to either move down or up for more picks. It's crazy what's going on in the top half of the draft.
Well, Mike, one thing that we do know is we have been wanting to upgrade this wide receiver room. And new addition to the Steelers wide receiver, Michael Pittman, who came over this offseason from the Colts. Mike, he says this. He says it makes sense for the Steelers to get younger in the wide receiver room. So again, you do have an aging DK. You have a Pittman who's not exactly young. So, at some point it is going to, you're going to need young talent. So if you could get it early in this draft, whatever you want, whatever you're going to do, Mike, whether it be that offensive, whatever it be the guard, the offensive left tackle, or the wide receiver position, it's all going to go such a far way, such a long way with the Steelers. But Michael Pittman Jr. nails that on the head, because let's just say last year, when we had one wide receiver and he punches a guy in the head in Detroit, we had nothing.
Right.
So at the end of the day, there's got to be some kind of room. It's not Scotty Miller. It's not, and even Ben Skoranek, in my opinion, come on, he's a good special teamer, but you're trying to build a wide receiver room here of NFL caliber wide receivers. So at the end of the day, Mike, I'm not disappointed if they grab a wide receiver. I think if the right wide receiver is there, they'll go get him. But again, that's just plays into another of the a million possibilities that could happen in between those 3 positions that we're looking at.
Yeah, but things are too, like with wide receiver, there's a lot of them available in second, third round that we can get to help round out that room. We really don't have to swing for the fences in the first round. Like offensive lineman, you might have to swing for the fences in the first round to really get someone, because you can go O-line and receiver rounds 1 and 2 or 2-1, however you want to do it with those positions. But I don't. There's a lot of different options. I personally would like to go O line round one and double up on receivers in round, like get one in round two and use another one in round three. I think that would be a way to get that receiver room younger too, with a lot of talent as well. But if you have an option to get Mekhi Lemon, maybe go do it. I really like him. He was one of my first, guys that I fell in love with in this draft. If they get him, I'm not going to complain.
All right, let's get back on the board, Mike. I don't want it to run away from us too much. Let's get right here where Ty says, I am fucking hype, baby. I am hype. Let's go to Yinzer Joe says Lemon will be gone early, so will a few offensive linemen, which is why the Steelers will trade up to grab Vega. And again, you're fighting with a couple teams there. You know that the Ravens have their eyes on him as well. I do want to say this is a little update, Mike, as we are right now. It is 40 votes. 40 votes have came into the poll. The wide receiver position is number one. That is what people believe will be drafted in the first round for the Steelers tonight. Second is the guard position. Third, the guard with 30%. 30%. The tackle position was 17% is third, and then other, which could be quarterback or anything, Mike, just 5%. So not a lot of people, not a lot of speculating that the quarterback position, at least on the board, is indicating that the quarterback position is going to be what we're going to go after tonight. So let's stick on the board, Mike. I'm getting a little behind here. Matter of fact, I'm going to miss a couple because it moved on me. Somber, jumped on the poll. Cody says edge rusher. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says if Herbig was a better run stopper and set the edge better, I'd rather trade Highsmith than Herbig, but Highsmith can do it all. Let's go here to Jamie. He says I bet M Tyrone, Aaron Jade. Aaron Jade says this, I believe if we don't go offensive line or wide receiver in the first, we should build the trenches on defense and let them learn under Cam a year before he retires. Let's go right here. John, a Steeler Freak, says this, guys, the last playoff win was 2017, but I get your point. And that's crazy because it's going to be 2027 the next time we're going to have a possibility, an opportunity to win a playoff game. So out of 60 Super Bowl years, we just went through 10 of them without winning a playoff game. So again, are we spoiled? No. Hell no. Fucking irritated is what we are. Let's go to Herbig. Ty says this, Herbig staying. I got Highsmith's bags packed. Tater. There's Tater chart. I guess we'll talk to Tater today. Tater, of course, the resident Browns fan from across the pond, from Ireland. He says, don't embarrass yourself today, Schittsburg, and keep your women indoors. They're so charming, the Irish. Let's go here to Jamal. Jamal says this, Rod Woodson, Levon Kirkland, the Bus, GP, and Cordell, my all-time favorite Steelers. Those are some greats. I don't remember. Yeah, I think you did. I think you did catch one Levon. Levon was here on the show earlier this year. Let's go to right here. You guys going up to the draft. Let me see where the heck that went for me. End of days. So you guys going to the draft. We do have something going here. We have we have Chop. Chop will be in the house all 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Derpy is etched in for tomorrow. I think Finch was going to try to get up there Sunday. I know because of work, it's hard for Mike and for RB. They'll be handling the live streams. I'm going to try to get down there tomorrow. That's the goal. If not, I'll be right here. But that's what's going on. We are going to have representation at the draft every day that it is running. Let's move up here on the board a little bit, Mike. I'm going to go right here. Jamal says this at Ty. I want to keep both Ty, trade TJ. I'll keep both of those rushers, and trade TJ, is what Jamal was saying. Ty says, my dad had a Porter Senior jersey too, 56, 5, 24. I'm glad my dad taught me the ropes with the best team. He taught you right. Your dad taught you right. Kenneth says this, JPJ worked hard and got much better. He did. He certainly did. That, again, the tackling. Oh, that early tackling by JPJ.
It was an experience, to say the least.
And then again, the numbers on his penalties went down. They certainly went down last year. So that, of course, is a big thing as well. Let's go right here to Squeech. Squeech says prayers for the players drafted by Cleveland. That's right. Careers to be ruined tonight.
Over before they even start.
as they are every single year, Cleveland will be ready to ruin some young man's life. Two of them actually, with multiple picks in the first round. Tyrone says, nope, Highsmith getting shipped. He's already got his bags packed, man. Let's go. Jamal says, LOL, keep the young guys and get TJ ass out here. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's the smartest move with all the
Can we
money.
ship the TJ Watt fans too?
What's that?
Can we ship the TJ Watt fans too?
We're not shipping no fans, but I do know this. At the end of the day, that's a lot of money. That's quarterback one money going to a guy that didn't get as many sacks as Nick Herbig, the guy behind him last year. Something to consider. RB says this JBJ is the best press man cover corner in the league. Absolutely elite. Press man corner is average to below average at everything else. Kenneth Jones says JPJ is top 10. I'd say trade up with Miami and get Lemon. Jamie Carlos says this. I got JPS jersey Peasy, but no junior yet, but soon. Yeah, you can't go. We're not gonna be able to go much longer without getting them Peasy, the JPJ jerseys, guys. It's
you got to get it.
He has another big year this year. What are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, because can we re-sign him? Will he want to stay? All that fun stuff. Get it now.
Absolutely, that's a lot. You're right. The re-signing. I mean, come on, this is going to be a big year. Could you imagine if he goes through this year without letting up a touchdown again? I mean, come on.
If he puts up the same numbers he did last year, this year.
And then
it's going to be tough.
Then they give Shedeur Sanders the Pro Bowl nod and keep him again.
Yeah, keep him out. Yeah, because he should get a Pro Bowl this year. It's gonna drive up his asking price, but they would be stupid to let him walk out the door.
Let's go here to Christine. Always great seeing Christine go black and gold. She says, "Ty, why are you hating on Highsmith?" I don't think he's necessarily hating on Highsmith. I think that that's just his choice of the less of the three evils, because at the end of the day, one of these people are going to have to move. These guys all deserve to play. They all deserve to get paid. And at the end of the day, with only two sides of the line, I mean, you can work it in, but they all deserve to be starting in this league. John, the Steeler Freak, says, I want offensive line and believe offensive line. Interesting. And you know what? We'll show you what our first round picks are as well today. Here in a little bit, Cody says, get hookers and cocaine. That is Cody's pick, Mike. If he was on the board, hookers and cocaine.
You really can't go wrong. Again, this is like rare territory. That's two intelligent things Cody has said today.
That's true.
He might be turning a corner.
Might be responding to the Miami segment too.
Derpy.
What's that?
I said he might be referring to the Miami segment as well.
Maybe a lot of hookers and cocaine. Derpy, it sounds like you do go down to Florida every year. So if anybody knows, it would be you.
Hey,
Derpy.
But hey, whatever happens in Florida stays in Florida. Derpy says, let's go to Ty. Ty says, I ain't hating nothing. I ain't hating keeping it 100. One got to go, and he's the odd man out. Jamal, he says he's a natural born hater at Christine. I love watching these guys go at it with Ty, Ron, and Jamal. I can't wait.
Best.
I can't wait till they get the show up and running. Let's go here to Jamie. Jamie says this Highsmith ain't going anywhere. He signed not too long ago, too much against the cap. Also, Ty says, I can agree with that, RB. Now you're talking sense for once. If he can work on zone best, and the league got him at 3 right now. You know what? That was they get into it last week. I forgot all about that. Tyrone and RB.
Yeah, they get into it all the time. It's fun watching those two go.
Let's go to Jamal. Jamal Black Magic says this at Christine. Man, we don't care what that old bastard wants. Let's go here. Tortilla. Tyrone wants us to draft JPJ at 21.
That is game ball.
Game ball. That is That, in fact, is Tyrone's pick. Tater says, and don't let the retard near the arena. And we certainly have put an ocean between the retard and the arena. So have fun in Ireland. Jamal says this tonight, LOL. Derpy is always ready for food according to that spandex jersey he got on.
Derpy.
Hey. I am a lineman after all. I am a lineman.
He is a lineman. He's our guard. He's our guard of the group. If we were to put together a football team, Derpy, you would be the guard. I promise you. Let's go here to Christine. Christine says this: if Highsmith goes, that'll make our team worse because he 100% makes us better. Let me ask you a question, Christine. So it plays out like this. TJ makes quarterback one money. Herbig is due for a contract, an extension or whatever, which means he's going to be making a lot of money. He had more sacks than TJ Watt had last year. And then you have a Highsmith who's doing a lot of things well. So you have to figure out between those three players who stays and who goes. Who's the odd man out? Two of them's going to stay. One of them's going to go. You can't pay three starters. I mean, if you can, you have to play three starters. And, of course, three outside linebackers aren't going to start. So just, a lot of people that are, I think, okay, so she did reply. Christina's saying this. She says, I think we keep them all this season and trade Highsmith next season. So this is going to be a big topic, guys. Again, if Highsmith and Herbig's name both out, Mike, as people that we're at least fielding calls. The Steelers are at least fielding calls throughout the weekend for those two linebackers. So, again, at the end of the day, one moves. But that's going to be the argument amongst a lot of Steeler fans over the next year, Mike. Who stays and who goes between these three players?
Yeah, you just have a feeling that the ultimate Steelers move, they're going to trade Herbig. Like one of those things. Oh, we like these two older guys. We'll keep them. I hope that's not the case. I just have a sick feeling that it could play out that way.
Tell that to the TJ Watt defenders.
What's that, Derpy?
Said tell that to the TJ Watt defenders that still want him on the team at his age.
And you know what? I tell you what, if he comes out and has a great year, I'm going to be just fine with him being here. If he comes out and shits the bed again, I mean, it all started with those last 5 games 2 seasons ago when he shit the bed, put up a bunch of goose eggs to end the season. And then last year again, I mean, even before the needle incident, still not even 7 sacks. 7 sacks is all he ended out with last year. Let's do Scoot right up here. And again, that's quarterback one money. I just want to keep putting that out there. People will say, well, 7 sacks is, when you're paying quarterback money, that money could be going to somebody who's making plays every single play, who touches the ball every single down. So again, it's going to be controversial. There's going to be a lot of arguments, no two ways about that when it comes down to it. Let's jump back on the board here. Ty, Jamie, he's getting shipped, brother, last year. Deal almost 30. I sent a thank you letter to him in the mail as well. Cody says, I know I put other, who else? Okay, for the voting. And I am going to take a look at that real quick. It is 46% of the people are saying wide receiver. 32% of the people were saying offensive guard. 17% offensive tackle. And, of course, 5 say other. Mike, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I apologize, but I am going to jump up a little bit on the screen. I want to kind of keep it somewhat current, but I do appreciate everybody. Keep the comments coming, and I will read every single one, I promise you. So keep them coming. But again, I'm going to jump up a little bit here, Mike, to keep current with the conversation. Lots of great comments today, guys. I know everybody is just excited about the draft here in Pittsburgh. Derpy will be in the house tomorrow. Chop all through the weekend will be down there. Again, maybe a little speculation that Finch will be in there at the end of the draft. So, guys, a lot going on here at the show. And tonight, do tune back in at 8 o'clock for the live reaction stream right here on the Two Dum Yinzers Network on YouTube. Let's go, guys, back on the board. Scott Atkins says this: I can't stand the Jets. They always try to screw the Steelers with their picks. It always does seem like it's the same teams that kind of bother you. They're kind of in your way. It's like,
like they're always there, always lurking, ready to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, like that, like Step Brothers. Let's fuck shit up, they said. Hand John Quinn says Giants will decide how first round plays out for us. Unfortunately, I hope they don't take downs at 5. They're going to take somebody good. You don't sit at 5 without grabbing somebody good. Let's go right here to Ty Jamal. He's a good, but not top 10 pick. Good. MB, I do want to say, MB, welcome to the Terrible Board. Great to see you. Welcome to the show. He says, I need a franchise quarterback next year. I agree with you 100%, MB. That's when you're going to get your franchise quarterback. It certainly ain't coming from this crop. And I'm even a bit skeptical of the guy that's going number 1 overall, to be honest, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Let's go to Hand John Gas 451 here. Jamal Black Magic said this: he's better than any defensive tackle this year, though. MB says we need to be mid this year. And you know what, MB, at the end of the day, you're right. If Will Howard does become the starter for this team and they don't listen, Aaron has little things that he knows and does that could get you an extra few wins a season. Where Will Howard, he doesn't have experience to make some decisions and get some things done as somebody like Aaron would. So you would think, in theory, that the production, the offense would drop with Will Howard, and that's not the worst thing in the world, Mike. We talk about that here on the show. That if that does in fact happen, a couple things happen. You learn about Will Howard. You learn if he's not going to be the guy or not.
Yep.
And then that's going to help you next year when draft time comes around and all these good quarterbacks are coming out of college. So, and then maybe you might not be as good. So that helps you get closer to the higher picks. At the end of the day, MB, I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly where I'm at as well.
Yeah, I'm down with running with Will Howard. Because like you said, it answers a shit ton of questions. And, worst case scenario, you're picking high in the draft next year. Great. I will take that because you already have a team in place. It'd be reminiscent of the year we drafted Ben. The team was in place. They just had a bad year the previous year, and then they got the guy. They ended up being the franchise quarterback. Can lightning strike twice? Why not risk it to find out?
Did anybody read this article? Of course, Fat Boy up in Pittsburgh, Mike from the media, he says this. Fat Bully says on Mason Rudolph possibly being traded during the draft. Did anybody see this article, guys? As of this morning, Fat Bully puts this up. He says at this point, if there's a good value at round 3 or 4, I think they will pull the trigger on it and take one, meaning a quarterback, which creates a whole different problem of if Rodgers comes back. Then you have two rookie quarterbacks. So to speak, backing up, because if you're drafting a quarterback in the 3rd round, early 4th, you're probably trying to shop Mason. I've tried 3 different ways in 3 different locations. I think Indy, Phoenix now is what he's saying. Like a possibility of Mason Rudolph. This was something that wasn't brought up at any point until now. Where did this information come from, and does this hold any water, do you think?
It kind of does, because RB also said the same thing, that he was hearing from his people that if the Steelers draft a quarterback, that Mason Rudolph will be on the trade block. So it kind of tracks. Mason Rudolph is not this new coaching staff's guy. He's they're not married to him the way like the Tomlin staff was, who knew the system, knew the guys, and they were comfortable with them. And Mike McCarthy loves young quarterbacks, loves training them up. So yeah, get rid of Mason, bring one in the draft. You have Aaron Rodgers, you have Will Howard, who's been in the league year, been around the team, who he's high on. Get another guy in this draft to groom as well, because if Howard doesn't work out, you have another one. Aaron's probably going to come back. Good to go. If Aaron doesn't come back, you get a vet to sit behind those two, to be the mentor to those two. And you let Will Howard or the rookie battle it out for number 1. And then, like we just said, worst case scenario, you're picking in a premium spot next year. So it's like a win-win all the way around.
Absolutely. We're in good shape. Listen, we're coming into our draft in our town with 12 draft picks. We're sitting in a prime position to get some good players, use a little bit of our capital to make our situation better for next year. And again, of course, with the quarterbacks coming out next year, that's where you want to be. Let's get back on the board, Bingo. And I do want to say, Bingo, we missed you, my man. Always great to see Bingo Winchester on the board. Of course, a regular season regular here on the show. He says this, like DK osteoarthritis stone hands is what Bingo is saying on the board.
Yeah, we knew that going in and getting him. Like he does have a fair amount of drops. Vegas
says, I hated the Jets for taking Revis. They were smart, but still F them for that. And you know what, the Jets, here's one thing that you might want to know. They are draft happy with Pitt Panther players. They just are. They draft Pitt players a lot. If you go back and you look, you'd be surprised at the amount of people that played at Pitt that went there. Whatever the connection is, it's certainly been something that I've noticed over time. Let's go to Jamal. Jamal says, Bingo, laugh my ass off. Mark Malone, Concepcion 1, Dunker and 2 makes the most sense. I know one person that I don't think it's going to be, as we mentioned yesterday, Dante Corleone. Of course, the defensive lineman from Cincinnati hates Pittsburgh. He said that he would not even take calls from the Steelers. That's how bad he hates Pittsburgh. So if you wanted Corleone, you might not start ordering that jersey.
I'm still drafting them. I'm still drafting them because they'll show up to get their money and play. Get that anger out of you. Become a
Now I
Steeler
hope
fan.
the
See
Jets
what it's
draft
like
him.
on this side of being on the good squad.
What's that, Derpy?
I hope the Jets draft him now.
You have what?
I said I hope the Jets draft him now.
Yeah, who?
Who you were talking about?
I don't know. Who am I talking about, Derpy? What's going
I
on?
forget. I forget.
Corleone. Derpy cannot focus for more than 4 seconds. You ever notice that?
I
He
can't.
says I forget. Let's go here to Black Magic. Jamal says carpal tunnel. And Bingo says too much Madden. Let's go to Robert. Robert says I can't do light beer. I usually can't either, but he says I will reach my goal of losing 55 pounds by the 15th of June. No weight loss drugs, no beer, bread, chips, crackers, pasta, rice, or sugar. No ultra processed food. You know what the thing is? It can be done. It's a hard habit to get into with food and diets. I recognize that, guys. It's not an easy thing to do. So we do wish you all the luck in the world, sir. I think you'll get that 55-pound loss. Let's go to RB. He says Bettis calling a pick for us makes no sense. We didn't draft him. We did not draft him. Of course, the Rams drafted him out of Notre Dame.
Right.
But again, he's a town. He's a favorite. We love our Bussy, and it'll be nice to see him. Of course, he'll be calling the number 1 first draft pick for the Steelers. The pick for the second round will be John Stallworth. And again, the first pick in the third round will be the Peasies. JPZ and JPJ, of course, will be the third round. The first pick of the third round, there'll be three total in the third. I do want to say what's up to Lindsay. Always great seeing Lindsay on the board. I'm going to ask you, Lindsay, how are things up your way? Because I know where your area is, and that is near the airport. I'm just kind of curious on how things are the morning of draft day number 1 near the airport. Just wondering if you're getting any accumulation of people up in your area there. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, home sweet Aliquippa. That's right, baby. Quip all day. Jamal says this. RB says, stop hating. That's the bus. Vegas says, Madden makes me sick with all the basic errors still hurting the game after all these years. Let's go here to Jamal. Jamal and Lindsay exchanging pleasantries. Let's go to Jamal. He says, hope you're doing well at Lindsay. Lindsay says, I am. Thank you as well. Always great seeing everybody getting together from the old gang. I know that Lindsay loved the show as well, so we cannot wait. Jamal, we're still waiting on hearing about that. Let's go to Jamal, where he says this at Vegas Love Madden. We're changing the name of the game to Tomlin. The Tomlin. Let's go here. Jamal says, of course, Lindsay and Ty with their 2490 posts. Jamal says, y'all make me sick. Yuck, LOL. I do believe Yinzer Joe be next. Let's go right here. Yinzer Joe says JPJ isn't the GOAT yet. I recall an actual touchdown to likely that the refs reversed the call when he took 3 steps. But I guess until they changed the point taken. Point taken, Joe. I definitely get you. It wasn't official, but I definitely get what you're saying. Let's go here to Jamal. Jamal says the original to the Joe Yinzer. He says, Yinzer Joe, I'm sorry. He goes, nah, buddy, don't do that. Tortilla says, this guy's refs don't mess with the GOAT. Refs don't mess with the GOAT. Ty says 2 steps, knocked it out. Number 0. Jamal, best play in JPJ's career. It was a game saver. No 2 ways about that. Let's go right here. 24 can guard whoever and whenever. That's what Ty is saying. Jamal says, laugh my ass off. Hookers and cocaine leaves you broken.
Yeah, but you had a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's cocaine and hookers. That's quick fun right there, too. It's gone before you know it.
Hey, it's still fun.
Let's go right here to Vegas. What is Derpy short for? I'm guessing a Derpafortius? Something like that. Where did you get that name, Derpy? Is that have you always been Derpy?
Derpy.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Man of many words. Let's go here to the MAGA Feast show. He says this: why does Pittsburgh need a wide receiver when they just added Pittman or Metcalf? We need big boys. You know what? You're right. We do need big boys. However, we were stuck in a position, MAGAFee, where we only had 1 wide receiver of a starting wide receiver caliber for the past 2 seasons. 2 seasons ago was George Pickens. We didn't have anything else. Last year we had DK Metcalf and we didn't have anything else. And the problem was when DK punched a guy in the head in Detroit, We had nothing. We went into the last 2 games of the year
Right.
where we needed to win, where we literally had no receivers. So again, it's a depth move, and also a move where DK and Pittman are both not exactly young anymore. You'd like to get a young body in there to kind of start moving his
Not
way
to
through the
mention we just
system.
lost Austin to Giants.
And of course, Calvin Austin III goes to New York. So again, the wide receiver room, Mike, being top heavy with Pittman and DK, not much depth there. If any injuries
No.
come along, and you know the NFL these days, the injuries are aplenty.
Yeah, you can still get wide receivers, like good quality receivers in this draft in the second round, but I have no problem getting someone like Lemon in the first round, especially if you can't get someone like Fano or Vega. Get Lemon, and then you get your lot like Rutledge or Pregnon or Besantis in the second round. But you go O-line first round. There's a lot of talent in the second to third round for wide receivers, to where we can flesh out that room. That's why I want to go big boy first if we can. But I do love me some Mekhi Lemon. I think he would feast in this system with those two, the two big bodies working outside, him working the middle. He's not afraid to go across the middle. He can work inside. He can work outside. He can eventually, I don't know if he's ever going to be a number 1, but he can be a hell of a number 2 when one of those guys moves on. And that's why you want to kind of draft him too as well if you can. Like, these guys are 28, 29, getting to be in their 30s. They only have a few years on their contracts. By the time their contract's up, Lemon should be ready to be the guy, or the high end number 2, low end number 1 receiver on the team. I don't. I lean towards Lyman in the first round, but I would love to have another explosive weapon on offense.
So to answer your question, good.
I was gonna say, it's like hard for like this draft. You can go receiver 1, Lyman 2, or Lyman 1, receiver in rounds 2 or 3, and you won't be wrong in either case. It's all just like, what position do you prefer?
That's been the case all along. I think Mike is just trying to figure out what's going to be the better position in that first round for the Steelers to take. And of course, you're 100%.
Like I'm talking myself in and out in the middle of these conversations, because there's so many options that you really can't be wrong.
Well, and that answers the question, Mag. If you were, we do need the big guys. We need them bad. We do need them bad, but we could be in a position again to make that happen. So again, you're not wrong. But to answer the question, working on some legit wide receiver depth, I think, is certainly pretty important as well. Certainly at this point, again, last year, again, going into those 2 biggest games of the year at the end, not having a wide receiver of starting caliber, that's not a good thing. But again, let's do scoot along here. Let's go to RB, where RB says Derpy is a guard tackle. He can guard Mike's liquor and tackle anybody who gets near it. I love it. I love it.
Derpy.
Let's move along here to Vegas. He says Vanilla Thunder and Derpy at guard is a good start. Hey, we got it. We got a line.
I did play guard in my youth.
The Steelers don't have a line, but we have a line right here. We have a tackle and a guard right here. Let's go to Christine. I think we keep them all this season and trade Highsmith next season. Lindsay is saying TJ is staying. Ty is saying he's saying TJ is staying. Jamal says, unfortunately. And Tyrone responds by saying, Jamal, hush. Bingo says, gravity safety holds the bench down in case of gravity stops. There you go. Let's just say if we are a globe and it stops spinning and throw gravity to the wind, Derpy could certainly help us, is what Bingo is saying. Yinzer Joe says Pittsburgh hates Cleveland so much they put 3 rivers between to keep their sitch away. You sure did. If we could put more rivers, I would have too. I'd put 8 rivers if I can between us and Cleveland. Let's go this. Jamal, Derpy's on my side. Derpy is on my side. Derpy is in Derpy land right now, but I'm going to continue on. Christine says this, Ryan, but if we trade him and package something to get downs, then I'm all in. I got you on that for sure. If you could make it worth your while, let's go right here to Vegas. How often do you all drive to Cleveland? Me personally, I've only been there about 10 times in my life, and most of them were for NBA games. I don't go up often. It's a nice city. It's easy to get in and easy to get out of. But I don't go up there generally. But I've been out there about 10 times, I'd say, in my life.
Yeah, I've been there a handful of times. Like, I love talking shit on Cleveland, but I've never had a bad experience up there.
No, you're right.
But fuck Cleveland.
Fuck them Browns.
But
Vegas is,
if it
They
wasn't
have
for the
more.
Browns, I'd love Cleveland. It's a nice city.
I'm
you
gonna be
know,
real. You see more homeless people in Cleveland than Pittsburgh.
do you?
Yes, unfortunately.
Derpy is in an unfortunate situation. His family, they were Browns fans, and
Mom is. My dad's a Steelers fan. So.
dad's a Steeler fan and mom's a Browns fan. Does your mom ever make it up to Cleveland to go to any games?
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's go right here to RB. RB says this, guys. He said, also, I would have never thought I'd say this. I agree with Derpy.
Thanks, RB.
Trade Watts, send his fans with him. Anyone who lets a man crush, override what's best for the team should really need to evaluate their fandom.
I agree.
Let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, LOL Wheezy. LOL Wheezy. Let's go here. Tyrone says, Christine Downs is going 5 tonight, best player in the draft. Of course,
Probably.
Vegas. Yeah, I mean, come on, these guys. Again, if you can make it worth your while and get somebody like that, you do it. But you're giving away the farm basically if you're a team like the Steelers and you're trying to get to that position to do that. Yinzer Joe says TJ and Highsmith are staples on a team, just like Hayward. But at what point we learned a little bit, Mike, about this aging situation? Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, Eric Carlson.
Nobody
You could have all the talent in the world, but once you start getting to a certain age, you're old.
Yeah.
You just are. And again, your team ain't as good. And again, the Penguins go out and Mike and lose 3 in a row to the Philadelphia Flyers with just one. They have opportunities to get back in it, but you have to win the next 4 games that are possible in order to get back in it. And they're full of stars, but they're all over the hill. At some point, you have to keep up with the Joneses, and that's every sport.
Exactly. And and you can't count on guys who are hot during the season that really were for their career were mediocre players, because some of the guys that were hot and fired on all cylinders during the regular season weren't there. So it's not looking good for my Penguins. But yeah, like you're saying, you gotta at a certain point in sports, you gotta move on from aging talent. We used to do that all the time here in Pittsburgh until all of a sudden it became we can't let them go. We can't. The name on the back of the jersey is more important than the fucking team. No, it's not. There's a handful of players like Lemieux, Crosby, Terry Bradshaw, Mean Joe Green. That might be the 4 out of the 2 big teams that you would never want to see go elsewhere. Everyone else can go, and I'm not going to say the line. I'm not going to say the line.
I think everybody's disposable. I mean, even any of those people that you name, like once you get to a certain point, you have to get younger. It's just the nature of sports. A lot of times people make the argument with Aaron, and I always say, Mike, he's closer to 50 than to 30. If you're closer to 50 than to 30 in a league that 30 is actually considered old, you kind of puts it into perspective for you a little bit. So let's do scoot along here as we do move along, Mike, on the how often you drive? We got that. Wheezy, Christine, we got this. Let's go right here. Jamal Black Magic says this sounds like Ryan agrees to. Get TJ out of here before it's too late. No, that's going to be the thing. You're going to be stuck with that, paying that money out, and he's going to, in theory, as he gets older, lose that edge, as it looked like the last season in 5 games. From that point back, you're going to want to see a great season from TJ Watt this year. And again, I don't know if that's what we're going to have from him. But again, at some point you have to make the business decision instead of letting your heart, your love for the person, the guy, the player, if you will. You have to make that business decision. That's never an easy thing, Mike. That's it's not an easy thing to do.
It's not. It's hard to do, but you have to do it. It's a business.
And I do want to say, I'm scrolling down here with my eyes, Mike, and I do see Get Ahead. It says this shit. They let Franco go to Seattle. Nobody is a must keep. Derpy is texting me on the side here. He says Lemon. What's he saying? Something about Lemon.
The Rams apparently want to trade up for Lemon.
All right.
I don't think they have to. I think they can sit there at 13 and get him.
They are certainly in a good position if they do want to do that. Let's go to. All right, let's go right here. Lindsay says, can't ship TJ fans. He's staying. So are we. Let's go to Christine. Christine says, I know, but leave my dream alone. Tyrone says, let's see what TJ does this year with the 42 cap hit. Scott Atkins says this, I'd take a second-round pick for Herbig. A lot of times early second-round picks are first-rounders that fell. Jamal says this, facts that Yinzer Joe, it's not TJ's team anymore. Bingo Winchester. Bingo says this, did Jack Sawyer have more interceptions than JPJ last year? He did.
He did.
So do what you want with that. JPJ certainly, he didn't have as many picks as Sawyer, but let's go to Bingo. Bingo says, no, not Beck. Not Beck. Nobody wants Beck. Bingo, LOL. Hey, Tyrone Somber. Yeah, Mason getting traded for a bottle cap.
Face of a
franchise.
And traded for a bottle cap. I love it.
Vegas said, who would really want Mason enough to trade for him? I know. I thought the same thing. Mark Malone, Magnum is more valuable than you think. Always great seeing Mark Malone on the terrible board. Always know that he is a Mason Rudolph fan.
He's a Mason Rudolph truther.
That looks like the guy that whistles when he talks.
Who does that?
That's a good one, Derpy.
Coming from a guy that looks like his nose whistles. Derpy doesn't. I always thought that Derpy looks like he's one of them guys. His nose whistles when he breathes, but I don't know if you're not seeing it. Let's go here to Mark Malone. Could trade Magnum and draft Beck.
Ugh.
Let's go here. Vegas says, please know Beck. He is not him, as the kids say these days. That is what they say. Steeler Freak John, he says, arch conservative ass hired Mike McCarthy. He gets angry talking about the rebuild. He waits like a bitch for Rodgers. He isn't starting Howard or a rookie. Facts, not dreaming. Let's go right here. Ronald Albright says TJ is a life and deserves to be a lifer, maybe he's saying, and deserves to be besides total sacks. Don't tell the story. His presence takes away the amount of attention that Highsmith and Herbig see. I don't know. Listen, let me ask you this, guys. They constantly go on and talk about how he's one of the most double-teamed players in the league. I've seen rookies shut him down. What am I missing?
Yeah, like I'm sorry, that bum DeJuan Jones, his rookie year up in Cleveland, totally neutralized him.
Yeah,
and I hear you hear the double teams. Like you watch the games, they start early double teaming, then they kind of go away from it because they realize they don't have to anymore. People still think TJ Watt is defensive player of the year. TJ Watt, the guy who put up 21 sacks that season. He's not that guy anymore. Teams don't fear him anymore. Like I love TJ Watt. He was a great player, but he's not anymore. He's an above average player at best anymore.
Not a quarterback money.
No, and he'll make those plays that you're like, oh man, this is why we signed him. But then they're few and far between. He is great at punching the ball out, but cool, you can still run him over. He's still no threat to really.
I have to say about TJ Watt is this, Mike. He takes himself out of the play for one. He goes for the sack on run plays. That's a problem. If you're getting paid quarterback money, I don't want you chasing the quarterback on a running play that's coming right at you. That's a problem for, again, a guy making money that a quarterback one should make. The guy never moved out of position off that side of the ball. I don't know if that's the coach's issue or the coach is doing. We will learn, Mike, because TJ Watt comes from the same exact spot. Guess what? You lose the element of surprise. That was a problem with TJ Watt. So, I mean, there's certainly things that you could point to that show you, okay, well, this is why he might not be as productive as he once was. And as you said also, yes, those double teams, they come early. But as you watch the game, you'll realize, okay, they're down to one guy. Okay, they're not chipping. Okay, they got a rookie on them. And it just, again, TJ should be dominating. With that amount of money that's being made, again, quarterback one money, you'd like to get more than 7 sacks in a season. I'm just saying. That's where I'm at. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, like he's dealt with double teams his entire career. Even that year, when he had set the sack record at the time, he was blowing through those double teams. He was blowing up run plays. You don't have that anymore. It's on film. It's on tape. It's not there anymore. He does not have that explosive first step. He's never been a real strong guy. He's not going to overpower you. And I don't think he's actually that football savvy to where, if the game plan is like, oh, you're playing against Lamar and they're doing the run option, you just key on the quarterback, just key on the quarterback. That's all you see him do. That's what, Henry was able to run forever against us in some of those games. He's just, I'm told to do this. That's what I'm going to do. He has no feel of the game. Like Harrison in the Super Bowl on the greatest play of all time, he was supposed to blitz, knew he wasn't going to get there, dropped in the coverage, made a great play. How many times have we seen Troy Polamalu do something he's not supposed to do, but he's read the play. He knew the ebbs and flow of the game, knew just by looking what's probably going to happen to make that play. TJ Watt is, oh, I got to go run after the quarterback this play. Oh, this play, I have to drop back in coverage. That's what I'm going to do. He's not good. He doesn't see the game the way the true greats do. He never did. He was just a one-trick pony of, I'm going to get the quarterback, and maybe if I stop the run, I stop the run. Awesome. It's just, and he doesn't have that explosiveness anymore, and he doesn't have the football savvy to mask that lack of explosiveness. He doesn't have a pass rush arsenal. He's not overly strong in the sense of a traditional, DN slash, edge rusher. So his value is gone completely. Teams don't fear him anymore. Do I hope he can get back to form? Yes. But realistically, do I think it's going to happen? No.
Let's get back on the board. Let's go right here. Yinzer Joseph's facts at John Steeler Freak Lindsay. Lindsay says DK has those hands for the fans, though. He has those hands for the fans. Let's go up a little bit right here, guys. Tyrone's saying we getting Jackson at 99. Mark Malone. Derpy's keeping an eye on those neighborhood cams now that joggers are out.
So he's going to be humping that window.
Vegas says this Fitz should be there to announce a pick. I don't know what the hell Fitz is up to.
Mike Vrabel, though.
He was at some kind of government shit the other day. I don't know what the hell it was. It was somebody getting sworn in, and Fitz was standing right behind him. People in the comments were like, "What the hell is Fitz doing there?" So I don't even know what that was all about. Ty says she's okay. She's hiding from Tater and his couch. Jamal says, are we going live again for the draw? We are 8:00. We will be here, guys, tonight, and it's 8 p.m. start, and it's 8 minutes between for picks this year, guys. It's down. Used to be 15, then 10, now 8. So not so much wait time, and I like this. I like it better with not so much wait time in between picks, Mike. But round one will be 8 minutes per pick. Jerome Bettis will be announcing the Pittsburgh Steelers' first pick at 21, or up or down, depending on what happens.
Hopefully up.
Lindsay says this. This is regarding the question I asked her about up in her area, their neck of the woods. She says traffic, and yes, no one can drive. I can't even imagine being up your way. Oh,
that sucks.
I
might consider not going now.
Well, don't let that discourage you. But I know that neck of the woods, and it's usually pretty busy. I couldn't even imagine what's going on up there. Vegas says, how many bridges did they close down to vehicles? I don't know. They closed a bunch of roads and bridges and everything else. I don't know what they're trying to do up there.
Bridges, rivers.
I think I saw that all the lots are pretty much closed parking wise.
I mean, they gave up 4,000. They gave up 4,000 spots for the construction of the stage and everything. So you take away 4,000 spots right off the top. Let's go on to how many bridges. Lindsay said there are tons of road closures. I'm pretty sure there are like 6 bridges closed. Bingo says, isn't Tomlin on Sunday Night Football? Did I hear that? You know what? I seen that too. Is it Sunday Night Football is what he's going to be doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Let's scoot up here too. Right here. Scott Atkins. Scott says this with 12 picks. I want quality, not quantity. A bunch of camp bodies doesn't improve your football team. We need a playmaker, receiver, and a ground and pound guard. I couldn't agree more. Vegas says, watch Ryan ask if there's going to be some kind of injury at the draft.
It'll be our guard.
I missed that. Yeah, it'll be our rookie, whoever it is, and he's going to be out a year. You watch. Bingo says 12 picks. A running back wouldn't be a bad idea at some point. Sommer says McCarthy is going to run a lot of 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers. That's what I'm saying. The more the weapons, the better. For a team that hasn't had much offense over the past 5 years, I would think people would be a little bit more excited to kind of get a couple of those players because we have been building the depth of the interior line, like offense and defensively, over the past 4 or 5 years in the draft. So I can see how people are getting hungry for a skill player.
Yeah, but there's going to be plenty available in the second and third round too that you can get that are going to be quality players. So if you miss out on one in the first, they're still going to be there later in the draft too. Like everyone gets emotional.
Is it going to be the one that you? But there's people that fit. There's people that don't. You know what I mean? You could say, well, this player's better. You could, but if they don't fit what you're doing or where you're going or the direction you're moving, so I mean, there's a lot of variables that go into that. You know?
Yeah, there's a ton, and I think people over romanticize the first round. Yeah, if you hit that's a great thing. But even if you miss, there's still 6 rounds to go that you can hit out of. So don't forget, Antonio Brown was a 6th round pick.
And Tom Brady. Let's go right here to Vegas. Vegas says some cute girl in 3rd grade called him Derpy, and he liked her, so he went with it. Let's go here to Steelers. John. John says this, guys. I will take quick fun over long-term ass pain any day. Take quick fun.
You're talking about the cocaine and hookers.
I think so.
I hope so.
Jamal says, bingo is the GOAT. Let's go here. Vegas. Vegas says, is the 4 tight end set dead to us? Now it better be. And it better be Ohio State's offense is all I got to say with Arthur Smith up there, Derpy.
Arthur Smith's not going to be there too long. Mike Vrabel's on the way.
Somebody said
the things he's doing, he sounds like a Buckeye already.
The thing about Mike Vrabel, people are saying, well, why didn't you got so mad when people start talking about the Mike Tomlin rumors? I thought, to be honest, it's because I'm in Pittsburgh. I don't even know or care what the hell's going on in New England, or have I ever? Somebody said, why did you care so much when Mike Tomlin, they had the rumors about the whatever, they had a side piece. And why not about Mike Vrabel? Why would I? Who gives 2 shits about Mike Vrabel? I don't. If he was here and it happened,
for sure.
I would talk about it if he was here. Outside of that, who cares? I don't care who he's banging. Tortilla says Calvin Austin III also works at a coffee shop in New York. Somber said he's a barista. Bingo says Scotty Too Hottie Miller, Benny Sco are cool, but yeah, we need a young starter for sure. They're not it. Fastest coffee in New York. Calvin Austin delivering it with efficiency. Jamal says, I felt like you were telling the truth. LOL. I still couldn't help but laugh at Tortilla. At least he said he played for Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers, but his career is done. John says this. He says Mike talks about the draft prospect like a potential hooker. She goes around the world, high, low, and in between.
And it's weird how the skills of player analysis and hooker analysis overlap. So it's almost like a perfect Venn diagram.
Let's grab a couple more, Mike and I. We're going to get who we think is going to be our first pick tonight for the Steelers. Again, we don't know if it's going to be at 21. As of right now, it's going to be 21. It could be earlier, it could be later, depending on a few things that could happen. Let's go right here first to Vegas. He says, do we hire a coach to teach players the rules? Let's go here. He says, Tortilla. Okay, that sounds racist without the context that Calvin Austin works at a coffee shop. What? So Calvin Austin's not allowed to work at a coffee shop?
Right? What? Is there a new dog whistle out there that slipped by me?
Somber says the line for Alex Highsmith and Will Howard autographs look to be about 150 people deep.
Get that Alex Highsmith autograph while you can.
Ragu, what's up? Always great seeing Ragu. Welcome to the Terrible Board. He says, wish I could have made the trek up to Pittsburgh for the evening. That would have been cool, bro. There's a lot of people down there already. Again, we're just 5 hours and 34 minutes away from the draft kicking off tonight, guys. 8 o'clock start. There's going to be 8-minute rounds. It's going to be quicker this time. I like that. Steelers are scheduled. They're slotted in, Mike, for 21. But again, we won't know until the draft starts what the hell is going to go on, what directions it's going to go. But I do want to say real quick before I do move on, Mike, I do want to say thank you to Tortilla for the super chat on the board. He says I called him Coffee Boy. That's why I said that. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's go here to where would you have been coming from, Ragu? But again, thank you, Tortilla. You are the man. Ragu, where would you have been coming from if you would have made the trek in? If you don't mind me asking. Let's go to John, the Steeler Freak. He says this indecisiveness is a true sign of intelligence. That is why Tater never changes his feeble mind.
Ooh.
I thought it was because he was stupid. What the hell? Let's go to Get Ahead. Always great seeing Get Ahead on the terrible board. Good afternoon on draft day, guys. Why haven't talked much about solidifying the defensive line? That defense has been getting gashed by regular RBs, running backs in the past few years, including Rico Dowdle. It's as good as that's as good as question as any. Get Ahead. The thing is, I mean, they are on that list, but unfortunately, the list starts on the offensive side this year. It does because the defense had to carry us a lot. The defense has a bunch of skill players, a bunch of good players in the secondary. Again, yes, we are in need of defensive line help, but the guys that we're going to get at defensive line, they come a little later. I would think, Mike, maybe starting in the third round. Once you start getting those rounds on, you're still going to get a decent defensive lineman in the third round, but they feel that they need to get higher talent to fill those offensive line positions to block the backside of our possible franchise quarterback maybe as of next year, and then also the wide receiver position, something that we've been deficient at for a couple seasons. So I think there's such a big hole for those offensive spots. But don't get me wrong, the middle linebacker, defensive line, and then even the safety position, like on defense, they are certainly on the list.
There's a lot of positions that need filled, that need depth. D line, we got people like Dominic Orange, Daryl Jackson in the third. I know he doesn't want to go here, but even Dante Corleone's an option in late third, fourth round, and then even going down there, you got the Tim Keenan from Alabama. If you don't like Corleone, you can get him. He might be in the fourth, fifth round. So yeah, D line's a priority, but not a high priority since they went Harmon and YA Black last year. I think with the uncertainty around Broderick Jones, like you want to get a guard or a tackle right there, because Brock Hoffman, that's not a needle mover. I'm sorry, he's to me, he's another nasty Nate Herbig type of guy. So
another guy you're not going to give a chance to, huh?
I'm going to give him a chance, but like people acting like, oh my God, we got Brock Hoffman, we're good at guard. Like, did anyone know who the hell Brock Hoffman was before we even talked about him and Mike McCarthy came in here? He was a backup lineman for the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's move on. Lindsay said this: Cleveland is a dirty city. Cleveland is a dirty city. I couldn't agree with you more, Lindsay. Jamal says this: my mom's a Browns fan and the dad's a Steeler fan too, Derpy. I know how it is.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't.
These Romeo and Juliet type fan bases to scare me.
The next comment may be game ball though.
Vegas. So the Men and Derpy's family have been pounding Browns fans for a long time. That is a pretty good.
They've been pounding the Brown.
Pounding the Brown.
Derpy.
All right.
Explains a lot.
Let's go here to Jamal. He says she loves the Shador jersey. I got her. Well, that's cool, man. That's for moms.
You're a good kid.
You're a good kid at 40. Let's go
good
to
good son. There we go.
Hand John says this: the reason I don't want the Giants to take downs at 5, it opens the door for Lemon because they will take him at 10 if he's there. Guys, a lot of possibilities, and that's why, Mike, with the draft, with the possibilities, it's impossible because again, you just don't know. You just don't know.
No, it's impossible to pick like which team's going to get which player at what spot because there's, like I said, there's so many variables involved. The teams at the top have a shit ton of needs, but the teams in the middle part of the draft where we're at also they overlap. So and you're gonna have to pay a premium to get up there, and we got the picks to do it. So we'll see.
Tyrone says you came to the right side. You came like the Jedi. You came to the right side. Steeler Freak John says this: yesterday I noted that the pick on defense doesn't matter to me, but the pick needs to address stopping the absolutely. You have to pick. You got to get something in the middle of that defense, something right in that inside linebacker and defensive line vicinity. Because again, you can't give up 250 yards at home to anybody if you plan on being a team that plans on making a run in January. Good, Derpy.
I know Mike doesn't like Ohio State guys, but McDonald,
And
he's bigger than
McDonald,
Jalen Carter, and he's good at stopping the run.
yeah, I like him too. I saw you in the group chat, you and RB talking about him. I'd take him. I like him, even though he is, a fuck guy. I'd take him. Shit, man. Well, once you in the pros, I don't care where you went to college, as long as you can ball.
Jamal says, hell yeah, got to ride with the old man on this one. Vegas, life is short unless you're a Browns fan. Somber, 6 hours. Hand John Downs, that is. Scoot up here a little bit more. Go to Jonathan Harvey. I do want to say welcome back to the show, Jonathan. Great to see you on the terrible board. He said the history of picking at 21 favors wide receiver, corner, or running backs. I think Steelers go offensive line. That makes sense. Let's go here to get ahead of shit. They let Franco go to Seattle, Mike. You didn't even have to say it. Nobody is a must keep.
Exactly.
Yinzer Joe says Roman was a stud in college. They need to give him some more opportunities. I would agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Dookie.
We're still trying to figure out what the problem is with him.
Fixed championship.
Derby like him because he won.
Terrible quarterback.
I got to be honest with you, though. How the hell is Ohio State any better? I was just looking the other day. At least Michigan's winning basketball championships too. Ohio State ain't never good at anything besides
I thought nobody
football.
cared about basketball.
A lot of people care about basketball.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ohio State doesn't win anything besides. And you know what? Ohio State doesn't win as much as I thought that they did. When I go back and look at how many championships, like they don't win often. It's like they just say that they're good and they win a bunch of games and then screw up and don't win championships. So I don't know. This college thing, Mike, it's crazy the way people feel about their teams. But I am going to move on right here. Let's go to Ty says, yeah, Rams like lemon too. McAfee show says this. Can someone answer the most pressing question? Where is all the people down there in the Berg gonna take a shit or piss? Businesses charging to use the bathroom. You know what? I could see this turning into like Woodstock 99. Remember whenever they were throwing shit at each other? Go ahead, you could respond. You could.
I said yep.
Oh, I thought you were no comments.
No, I was like, yep, yeah.
Usually when you start talking, you take off. I thought that.
I'm sorry, no. I was trying to keep it short.
I thought,
brief
okay. I thought the one word answer was not enough, but let's do it. Move ahead here to hand John. Derpy, I expect one word answers from, but I'm just saying.
I apologize.
And John says this: give me a young overachieving team over an old one. The difference being the old know they probably shouldn't be there. Youngins don't care. John, to answer your question, McAfee, I don't know. I don't know. Possibly the river. Let's go to Jonathan Harvey. Says Steelers most likely to draft two, to at least in round one offensive lineman, and 2 wide receiver, 3 quarterback, 4 edge, 5 safety, 6 corner. I know they definitely like things better than the quarterback position. I'd be very surprised if that's within their first 3rd picks, but that's just me. Lindsay says I disagree. Tyrone says I'm going to see what he does this year. Time will tell. John, the Steeler freak, says this. He says teams haven't feared the Steelers as a whole team in a long time. And as I said earlier, John, there's been 60 Super Bowls. That's 60 years. We just went through 10 in a row where we did not win a single playoff game. That's a pretty big percentage of the whole, especially for a team that has 6 wins in the Super Bowl. So,
I mean, ever since we drafted TJ, we haven't done anything. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let's go to Scott. Scott Atkins says this. If not for the bad contract, I would trade TJ yesterday. The cap hut would be hard to eat. How many playoff games has he won? Rhetorical question. But that's such an unfair. Listen, Scott, I love you. You know I do. But asking why we don't have any playoff wins because it's due to an outside linebacker. Come on. That has much more to do with quarterback, about the coach, about game plan, about scheme. To say that it's his fault that we haven't won a playoff game in 10 years, I think is a little unfair. But the fact of the matter is we have not won while he was on the team. That is 100% correct. I just don't know how much you could gear it toward one guy that plays on defense. Again, that's just me. Let's go here. Ty. Ty says TJ made a lot of plays to win games as well, but I see the point, Mike. I will say TJ also has some sorry ass offenses last 5 years too, though. Scott, I guess I look at it differently. If you're not winning playoff games, everything else is for sale or trading. Again, guys, 10 years in a row. There's only been 60 years of Super Bowls, so something had to change. Steeler Freak says this. Mike has TJ on the old Yeller list. Time for the walk to the shed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ty says Mike loves TJ. He just wants better, strong safety. We all let's go here. Lindsay says we'll see what he does. People just hate him because of the money, but we can't sit here and blame him for the. You can't, no. But for the money, I want to see. I want to listen. For that money, you got to have top performance, as you do when you watch Myles Garrett play, as you do when you watch even Max Crosby. It just feels like TJ is losing a step. That's what I feel. And for that kind of money, I want somebody who's a wrecker on every play, a guy that makes an impact on every play, Mike, as some of these other guys do. The Myles Garrett. As much as I hate to say that.
Yeah, you're paying some of that amount of money. I'm sorry, the expectations are higher. And you should be held to that standard. Like here in Pittsburgh anymore, if you're a player that we love, expectations are low. If you're a player we don't like, the expectations are through the roof. If you're a low-round player that's thrust into a starting lineup, the expectations are through the roof. You're a player that we love that was drafted in first and second round. Hey, man, we love you. It's not your fault. It's someone else's fault, or this guy's fault, that guy's fault. It's no, you make that amount of money. You are a star player. You're talked about as being one of the greats of all time. The expectations should be high for you.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, if you get paid that money, you got to be a superstar. You can't listen. You can't say, well, they had a bad. That's not acceptable for that kind of money. You know, that's like getting a franchise quarterback and them having a down season and not doing the things that you're paying them to do. You know, that's how you have to look at it. But you know, what's the investment? Are we getting a good return on the investment? And I think that's the problem right now. Again, if he comes out this year and has an amazing season, then I will back off. If he comes out and looks anything like the player that he was more than 3 years ago, I will back off. However, what are we getting on the return from our investment? To me, again, if he comes out anything like he did the past couple of years, I think that Steeler fans will begin to start saying more and more, Mike, that it might be time to maybe find a younger guy who we could have on the roster. Who knows? Herbig could be the next TJ. We just don't know at this point. But, Mike, at some point, nature, you have to make changes. And that's a lot of money. You better be playing what that money is paying.
Exactly. And if you're not and you can't handle the heat, maybe it's time to get out of the kitchen. You know, it is what it is. It's the nature of sports. It's always been like that. You know, the best are supposed to be held to the higher standard. The highest paid player is supposed to be held to the highest standard. But for some odd reason, when it comes to TJ Watt, that logical argument goes out the window.
That's because he's handsome.
It is too. Like, you know, I know he's done great things for this team, but that was then. This is now. It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, so we're beating a dead horse. I listen. Let's move on here, Lindsay. Everyone has an opinion. I'm fine with yours already. Absolutely. No, dude, it's totally fine. Hey, we're just talking shit, you know.
Yeah, like I want him to do well. I hope he does.
Let's go here to Steel Loyal. All right, I made it back from this store. Saw a couple Steeler fans in there. That's awesome, man. How is it going, Steel? How is things going? Are you in town? Are you down here? What's going on with that, man? Let's go here to where are we going to go? I'm going to scoot up just a little bit more, Mike, because we're going to be revealing our picks here pretty soon as we were kind of rounding third on the show. I seen somebody, though. I seen a name that I want to get in here. There he is. Here's my man, Christophus, right here. Always great seeing Christophus on the board. Omar Khan will make major moves in the draft starting from tonight. I can't wait. Will this be a spectacular night for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is something going to happen that we're not expecting? Of course, I'm looking at the poll here. We have wide receivers. 48% of the voters might believe that we're going wide receiver with our first pick. Number 2 is the guard position with 27%. Tackle is sitting at 19%, and all the other positions, quarterback, anything else, defensive line, linebacker, safety, that all comes in at just 6%. So, guys, it's going to be interesting to see which way this goes. It looks like people are favoring the wide receiver. I tend to think it's going to be the offensive line, but that's just me. We'll see how it all plays out tonight, Mike, in just 5 hours and 19 minutes. 8 o'clock start, the NFL draft right here in Pittsburgh, PA. Mike, the Yinzerverse is going crazy. It's filling up down on the North Shore. It's filling up at Point Park. It's filling up downtown. The Strip District, I'm sure, is getting mad business. Everything is up and going. The fountain, Mike, at Point State Park is looking good. They just did a bunch of work on that. Wiz Khalifa, Brett Michaels, Kane Brown, and even Kells. They will be performing over the next few days. Nelly was in town last night. So much going on. Former Steelers in the house making picks. Steelers tailgating. You have just so much, and even like Punxsutawney Phil. I know. We're talking about famous names, Mike, but nobody more famous than Punxsutawney Phil. They're dragging that rat all the way from Punxsy down to Pittsburgh for the draft. So it's a big occasion, Mike. And if Mr. Rogers could be there as well, he would be there.
He's there in spirit. God damn it, Mr. Rogers is always there for Pittsburgh, baby.
Let's go to Monsoon. Monsoon says this. I do want to say welcome to the show, Monsoon, and welcome to the Terrible Board. Great to have you, buddy. Monsoon says this. Lemon, KC, Cooper, or Boston at 21 or trade up. You know what? And it feels to me like Monsoon's really feeling that wide receiver vibe. Again, you're either feeling the wide receiver or you're feeling the offensive line at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that Monsoon is certainly on team wide receiver. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go to Sick Jones. Sick Jones. Let me go right here. Monsoon says, we don't need defensive line. Let me go to Sick Jones. Sick Jones, we want to say welcome. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. He says, y'all live in Pittsburgh. I live in Washington State. Steeler lifer here. Plan on going to the first game in Pittsburgh this year. Can't wait. We do. And that's awesome, brother. We're glad to meet you. We're glad to have you on the board and glad to talk to you. Hope you could make that trek over and enjoy the first game of the year. Let's go, Tyrone. We need a nose tackle. LOL. Monsoon says this. The needs are guard, wide receiver, DB, safety. Everything else is depth, piece, rotation. Let me go here to the McAfee show. He says, if you get to drive in the Berg through the tunnels at Sick Jones, it's a special feeling. I'm from the Berg, moved away, and when I do come back every time, it's goosebumps. I just seen Love talking about that this morning, Mike. Of course, the running back from Notre Dame. They said, if you got to check out anything here in Pittsburgh, he's like, not much yet. He said, but coming through that tunnel and seeing the city is one of the most magical things. He literally said those words. So you're not wrong at all.
No, that is true. Like, there's nothing like it because it's just highways, and then boom. There's everything, the stadiums, the bridges, the skyline. It's awesome. And then you have 3 seconds to take that all in and hopefully merge. Otherwise, we'll see you in Monroeville,
See you in Monroeville.
People are like, no one actually moves to Monroeville. You just get straighted in Monroeville and just find a house.
And I'll go in the wrong way. And when you're out there, you're like, oh, that's a nice place.
It's a nice place. I'm just going to stay here the rest of my life.
Let's look at let's go to Christopher. He says, especially in round 2, 3, 4, and 5, Omar Khan is going to crush this draft. And you know what? I agree. I am, dude. Who isn't excited?
That's where you build your teams. Like it's not the exciting rounds, but that's where you build your team.
Bingo says this: pounding the brown. Derpy's a butt baby. He asks.
Derpy.
Sick Jones. Sick Jones, mega thanks, brother. I can't effing wait. Gonna do the stadium tour also, bro. You do it all. It's all kind of fun stuff to do here in the Berg. And as I said, if it wasn't jam packed, I think people would be able to enjoy a little bit more. Yeah. We have the Rivers Casino. We have the Science Center that has awesome things over there. A lot of football based entertainment and things going on all year round, like here in Western Pennsylvania. So sick. We can't wait to hear. Keep us posted. We'd like to see more on the show. Scott Atkins says this: wouldn't it be nice to score 31 to 48 points a game and just wonder if the defense can hold the lead? 17 to 13 nail biters are way past hold. My Steelers heart can't take it anymore. And you know what? I think that that's probably what the leading cause of death in Western PA is heart attacks.
I think so. This is Steelers. We just stamp it on every death certificate. Steelers.
I like this one. John is asking this. Big John Stud, middle name Mud, says over or under on the draft round. What draft round, I'm sorry, will have Derpy losing his shit again?
Derpy.
Remember last year, Mike, it's been a year since the famous I hate everything.
First round if we trade up for a lineman.
All right. We'll all be paying attention tonight for sure. I'm gonna grab a few more.
Oops.
There it is.
Gotta do it again so we can all hear it. Why is it so low?
Why is it so low?
Because Restream hates me right
Okay.
now. I'm
All right.
sorry, everyone. I had it queued up and then the volume just dropped down on me. I apologize.
McAfee says this. You'll love it. My father and I went to the first game at Heinz preseason versus Detroit. The bus scored the first touchdown there.
Nice.
There we go.
You always remember your experience. Glad you get to go. Absolutely, man. There's there really is no camaraderie like there is between Steeler fans. You get a bunch of Steeler fans together. Like, listen, I don't like being around groups of people as much as the next guy, but you get out there with your people and your team, and you're having fun, and you're anticipating going in and watching the game. It's as fun as anything. And you know what? You meet people, and I think you will truly enjoy yourself. Again, I hope that that happens. Let's see. Josh Catalano saying Flock. And you know what? I'm not even going to give him any problem today. I'm not going to give him any shit. The Flock, that's cool. Everybody is in the house today. Everybody is in the Berg. Everybody's in the Steel City. Welcome. That's my message to anybody that's coming from out of town that's not a Steeler fan. Welcome. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
It's off season. We'll hate you when the season starts.
Yeah, that's when my hatred comes out. It's the off season. You're in the Berg, having a good time, celebrating football. Fuck yeah, let's go, boys.
Sick Jones says that's awesome. I can't wait to see my daughter's face when we get there. It'll definitely be good. It's definitely going to be awesome. Went to a Seattle game last 2 times. They were there. That's really cool, man. Yeah, I hope the best for you guys. Scoot up here, Mike. We'll take a couple more, and then we're going to scoot forward. We're going to release our picks, who we believe here on the show. Again, I have 5 of ours. We're going to see how it plays out. Steeler Freak says as soon as Ryan thinks about the crowd, he reaches for his Maz Maylocks. Yesterday, John said that I was going to need paper bags. Mike, I would need paper bags to breathe into. And I say, you know what, John, send them to us, because the more paper bags to put over Mike's head during the show, the better. Keep them coming. We love the paper bags. Let's do scoot along.
That's fucked up. What the fuck did I do?
Let's go to Sick
Oh,
Jones.
that's why.
Got on TV because of my big ass mohawk and Steelers tattoo on the side of my head. That's pretty awesome, dude. I love it. Let me grab Steel Loyal. McCarthy mentioned the 3-3-5 and big nickel formation, and Patrick Graham mentioned LeBeau's fire zones. Interesting. Lindsay says, me too, Steel. Hand John says that was about the Flyers, a sweeping. Oh, gotcha. It's not looking good there. Dude says defense needs to tackle. Mark Malone says I'm betting the Wattman notches 17 this year. The Tomlin D was truly an albatross, and I hope you're right. Listen, if he puts up 17 sacks this year, I'll be just. This is my problem. When somebody's doing bad, and you act accordingly, you react accordingly, you're this hater. No, I just want the best performance from my guys. Because they were talking about Miguel Ozuna for the Pirates the other day. And they was like, well, where were all the haters that were here when he wasn't playing well? What the fuck you mean hater? I listen, I'm not going to cheer for the guy if he's striking out all the time. What do you want? You know what I mean?
It's like when it's like when you point out like O'Neal Cruz does something stupid. Oh, you hate him. Like, no, he just did something stupid. I want the best for my guys. And when they do well, I'm going to say, yes, this is awesome. Keep doing this. When they're not doing that, I'm going to say, you're not playing well.
Human nature is to cheer for somebody who does well and against them when they don't do well, or boo.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, Mike, that's just kind of the way I've always known it.
Yeah, I can support a player and also say, hey, you need to do better at the same time. It's not that hard. It's like you're saying, like, this is what I'm seeing. This is what you're doing now. Let's not do that. Remember when you did something well? Let's do that. Oh, you're doing well. Let's keep doing that. And let's not revert back to this. It's just fair critical analysis. It's calling it as you see it.
Mike PFT's Mike Florio, he said that he's been told Aaron Rodgers is irritated now at the Steelers. One of his sources that is kind of a hit and miss. He insists that Rodgers is irritated that they talk about him. He doesn't like it. He didn't like it at the owners' meeting when Steelers owner Art Rooney kind of did the cat that swallowed the canary smile. They act like they know he's coming, and we expect to hear something very soon. You got to tiptoe around the delicate genius. Mike, Aaron Rodgers is irritated that people are talking about him.
Florio does not like Aaron Rodgers.
Why not? Listen,
Anyway.
let's just assume that this is true. I don't want to talk about the credibility of the reporter. Let's just assume this is true. I always thought to myself that he was more of an attention wanter, Mike. But now people were giving him attention. Apparently, he's not interested.
Maybe he wants the attention on his own terms. That could be it. If
so, doesn't everybody? It doesn't everybody.
Yeah, but the Steelers are operating as if you're coming back, cool. We have a spot for you. If not, cool. Will Howard, we have a spot for you. Rookie quarterback, we have a spot for you on the team. So if he comes back, cool. If not, I don't think the Steelers care either way. They have a plan in place for either ones. And if this report is true, boo-hoo. You're going to be making like $18 to $20 million next year.
Again, just scooting along, and I do apologize. I will read every message, guys, just due to the time constraints of the show. I'm going to move along a little bit. I did see a couple names, and I don't want to miss anybody. If I do, I apologize. Maruna07 says, I hope the Browns get Tate. Again, bring it. Everybody, 31 other teams I do know are here. We do respect that. Anybody wants to jump on the board and give your comment on your team, we're certainly welcoming it today. Yinzer Joe says this. He says, all the receivers except Tyson Lemon remind me of Roman. I know this kid can do more and be better than what will be available at the draft. Let me scoot up just a little bit right here. Georgianne, always great seeing Georgianne on the terrible board. She says, I just moved closer back to Pittsburgh from Columbus, Ohio. I'm so happy to get away from OSU. There you go, Derpy. There you go.
I would have to agree with that because modern OSU sucks.
All right, there you go. Going here to
university-wise.
Dwellers Playhouse. Steelers better not take the Chargers guard. Yeah. I'm not sure who he was talking about, but that sounds right.
He's probably wanting Vega.
Gotcha. Yeah. You know what? The Chargers need a lot of help on that offensive line, don't they?
Their interior. Well, both of their starting tackles blew out their knees last year, so they were screwed. Yeah, but like for them, like the most sense would be guard.
They got all kind of problems. I thought they were better than they were. Their defense is good. They got the stud quarterback, the new coach. I thought they were going to be better than they were. That offensive line is garbage. It's garbage.
Yeah, if their tackles don't come back healthy and playing at the high level, they're fucked.
Okay, so Dwellers Playoffs is A1. Gotcha. Okay, we're on the same page now. You know what? Somebody's going to get him. Somebody's going to get Vega. Scoot up a little bit here. I did see something. Lindsay had this. The casino is charging $250 for parking later. Yeah, no, $250 for parking, $500 later, and that's what I said yesterday. I mean, at some point, if you're going to want to get anywhere within a seeing distance of the stage, you're going to be paying a lot of money. $500 is kind of what I was thinking. Like,
that's insane. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't paying $500 for nothing.
Somebody's making bank this weekend. Steeler Freak John. This is when capitalism shows its ass. The bloodsuckers are out. Get ahead. Let me go right here to Christopher. Christopher says we're going to draft our nose tackle in the 4th round. Darnell Jackson or Dominic Orange. Get ahead of Minus says I was at the game when Bettis ran over Urlacher in that snow game that started the Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
You're right. That was the start of the run. They needed to win every game, and they won every game the rest of the way that year. A couple more here, Mike, and we are going to get these. Scott Atkins, can we put Bungles fans, Ratbird fans, and Brownies fans together so they could battle royal? Steelers are the North. I'm just trying to go through, make sure I'm not missing any names. Any new people? I don't want to do that. Lindsay, who gives an F about AR if he's mad? I agree with you on that.
I agree.
All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give our Mike. We have everybody that's involved with the show except for Finch. We have 5 different people that have different answers. Mike, not one of us picked the same person who we asked them who is going to be the Steelers' first round pick tonight, Mike. So I'm going to start with you. You say Omar Cooper Jr.
Yeah.
Omar Cooper Jr. is going to be the Steelers' first round pick tonight. Of course, the wide receiver, Omar Cooper Jr., Mike, is your pick. Mike, you tell everybody who RB his pick is for the first round.
RB, he's predicting Max Iancocker.
You are a Cocker.
Iancocker out of Arizona State.
And,
Offensive lineman who can play tackle or guard.
Mad Max, the lineman. That is who RB picked. Mike picks Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver. RB's pick Chop. Now Chop, Mike, he picks Dylan Theinman. Dylan Theinman was Chop.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, come on, this is
wow.
That's who he says that the Steelers. I don't agree. I would not say that was their pick, but you know what, Chop? That's who he says. Tortilla saying I hand Cocker. That is, there you go. I hand Cocker. Let's go right here, Mike. So Dylan Theinman, Chop, Cooper, Derpy. His prediction for the first round pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon, another wide receiver. In mine, Mike, I about a month ago, I said this is going to be who they get. And I understand there's going to be things that have to happen in order for the Steelers to get him, but I'm going to stick with Vega, Mike. I just think that he's a safe pick. It's going to be hard. There's teams ahead of us that are going to be after him. I knew those, but I do know there's been a crazy amount of trade talk that the trading picks and people and things and moving up certainly has been talked about more this year than any draft I can remember in recent history for the Steelers. So I don't put that, I don't rule that out. I think they can move up. So my pick, Mike, is Vega. Chops is Dylan Theinman. Yours is Omar Cooper Jr. Derpy's Mekhi Lemon. And I'm a Cocker is RB's pick. So we'll see, Mike, if anybody, if anybody lands on this, we'll see. It could be somebody totally different. It could be somebody that none of us picked, but that is who we are all taking. We'll see if anybody could get it.
Yeah, the only one I would question and crash out on would be Thieneman. I get Chop's reasoning because in our group chat what he was saying, but that's the one I would not be pleased with. The other ones I'm okay with.
I'm just going to take a quick look here real quick. I'm glancing down. All right, so what we're going to do, again, just because we are at that point of the show, I do apologize. And again, I will read every message. I certainly make a point of that to do that every single show, guys. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website, and then we're going to get into the question of the day.
Head on over to the dumyinzers.com. You can check out or like my final mock draft for the Steelers. Check it out. It's over there. I posted that on Tuesday. RB has a couple mock drafts over there too that led up to this one. We got some breakdowns on some players that RB likes, wide receiver breakdowns, because we need wide receivers. He has a whole list of wide receivers and their talents. Take a look at that so you know what's coming up for the draft. We got all of our links to the social media, and we got a link to the merch store. So check it out at the2dumyinzers.com.
A lot of cool things over there, guys. Go check it out. The guys do a lot of work. They do have their mock drafts. They have all kind of stuff, guys. Go check out www.the2dumyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumyinzers.com. Let me grab a couple here. Ty, I just ordered. See y'all getting me mad already. Still, Mike don't want that one Thieneman. I don't know where he went. We started the I want to get into this question of the day, but Mike disappeared, so I guess I'm going to give him a moment. He disappeared off the face of the earth. There he is.
I'm sorry. Mini me came barging in.
All right, so here we go, Mike. We're going to get into the question of the day. As that is where we're at on the show. Put on your thinking caps, Derpy. Put your thinking cap on as well. Everybody on the board, everybody at home. Ty says I'm about to leave, and y'all get me mad. Put on your thinking caps, guys. Here we go. Question of the day. This is the draft question, Mike. We are down to literally the last 2 days of draft trivia questions. I'm a little drafted out as far as digging up questions regarding the draft, but it's only been about 6 weeks worth. Here we go. Derpy, Mike, everybody at home, everybody on the board. Let's do it. In 2023, Georgia set a single draft record with this many players selected in a single draft. Let me say that again. Guys, in 2023, Georgia set a single draft record with this many players selected in a single draft. If you know it, throw it up there. If you don't, take a guess, throw it up there as well. Guys.
Derpy is immediately on the phone.
Well, you know what? Derpy's always on the phone. So the one thing is I don't know if he's actually looking up the answer because he's always elsewhere. You know what I mean? So for you, Mike, who's you're zoned in the whole time, and then you go to the source where Derpy's on the source the whole time, and then but let's focus on what's going on. Dude says 11 players from that team. Tortilla saying 13. Christopher is saying 7. Still loyal is saying 10. Christine is saying 9 or 10. Tyrone is saying 9. A lot of different answers on the board. Let me read it one more time just so we make sure that we're all on the same page. Guys, in 2023, Georgia set a single season draft record with this many players selected in a single draft. A lot of different answers up here, guys. Derpy, what's your thought process on this? You have any idea? You have a guess? What are you thinking?
I'm just gonna go with 10.
10? And is this your final answer?
Yep.
All right, Derpy. So I'm gonna lock Derpy in. 10 is his final answer, Mike. He says 10. A bunch of different answers on the board, as you can see. What is your thought process?
I remember a team having 11 at one point, but I think Georgia ended up with 13 that year. I know it was a lot because I think like Ohio State or Miami had like 11 one year and Georgia trumped them. So I think I remember that correctly. I'm going to go with 13.
All right, 13, and that's your final answer.
Final answer.
All right, you're locked in on 13, Mike. Christine says one of them was Remedial Broderick Jones, just saying. I don't know. I know one of them was. She says also Steel Loyal said 10 seems like kind of low, but I'm going to stick with it. Again, the question of the day, guys, is this. In 2023, Georgia set a single draft record with this many players selected in a single draft, guys. I do want to say we're live. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
Yeah, Christine, Mount Washington, Jalen Carter.
Gabe.
All right, here we go, guys. A bunch of different answers on the board. Finch, I'm sorry, Derpy, you said 10. And Mike, you said
13.
13. Guys, the answer to the question of the day. In 2023, Georgia set a single draft record with this many players selected in a single draft. The answer, guys, 15.
Wow.
15.
Wow.
And there you go. Wasn't Carson Beck on that team?
He may have been.
He might have
to
been.
be honest with you.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. So there you go. There you go. That is the answer. A couple things before we do get ready to wrap up. So much going on this weekend. As I said, if you are down at the draft, stop by over by basically between Acrisure Stadium and where Rivers Casino is. That is where our people from Duquesne Pilsner are posted up. Go see them, guys. Get yourself some beer. They will have beer of their free beer. Stop by, check out the people from Duquesne Pilsner. We always have it here, Mike. The people, they're great to us from Duquesne Pilsner. We couldn't thank them enough. Again, always have their beer right here, Mike,
Yes.
in the studio for anything that goes down, made right in Pittsburgh. Hey, you know what? Is there any reason bigger than the draft? Get your beer and if you don't drink, we get that too. Go swing over their social media, do hit the follow, like, all that kind of stuff. They'll certainly appreciate it as it all helps. Mike, Duquesne Pilsner made right here in Western Pennsylvania. Says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Also, what else? What else do we got? Yeah, while you're on the internet checking out their social media, you can check us out as well, guys. We're all over the place. We're on Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by, keep up with what the two Dum Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. Hit the follow button, hit the like, and you can do just that. And finally, if you haven't yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, the sub, the share, even a comment. It all helps in the algorithm, guys. We appreciate it all. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow as far as this show goes at our regular time. But tonight, don't miss us. We will be live tonight at 8 o'clock for the live reaction stream right here for the NFL draft. That will start at 8 o'clock. Again, just 8 minutes. Just 8 minutes the rounds this year in the draft. So again, that's shortened. I think that's a little bit better for the fan, people watching. That bringing in the time a little bit is going to make it a little less boring in between each picks as you're waiting to see what your people are going to do with your draft. Christine says, I was thinking of players in my head, but only got 9 and couldn't think of any more. And 15's beastie, man. That is, come on.
That's insane. And Carson Beck was the backup on that team.
You have 22 players. Come on, 15 of them went into the draft. Got drafted. So that's nuts, man. Thank you, Lindsay. Bye. We always great seeing Lindsay as well. We'll be back tomorrow again tonight. Do come hang out with us as well for the, of course, the live draft, Mike. All kind of things going on in the Berg. Unfortunately, one of them isn't winning for the Pittsburgh Penguins as they fall down 3-0 to the Philadelphia Flyers. 11 people in the penalty box at one point for the Penguins last night. 11 at one time.
Yeah, we got the officials in that game were very, very influenced by the crowd. A dude used his skate as a weapon to try and kick Brian Rust. Normally, that's like a penalty, sometimes even a major. Brian Rust got the extra penalty. Sidney Crosby gets smacked in the face with a high stick and gets an embellishment call because the crowd asked for it. The refs gave it to him.
That's
it was
the
like
first call he ever had.
First call in his fucking career. And you think he's going to do it over that? Have you seen the hits this kid has taken to the head? A joke the NHL officials are.
Well, I mean, they're getting their asses kicked. So, I mean, a joke or not, the Penguins ain't exactly doing what they're part
They're not
either.
doing any favors, but, come on now. Incompetent all around from the Penguins and the officials.
Tortilla, we do appreciate it. Let's say Tortilla did have another super chat. He says, just wake me up when Becktember ends. Wake me up. Green Day, I think that is. What else did we got here, guys? The next game the Penguins play is tomorrow night. That is 8 o'clock start on Saturday. Game 4 in this best-of-7 series, the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's tomorrow, Mike. The Penguins at the Flyers. The Penguins trying to get back in it. They need to win. It's a must-win now. Malkin scores yesterday. Also, Carlson. Pittsburgh Pirates, they get the win, though. They beat the Rangers and Andrew McCutchen down in Texas 8-4 to improve their record to 14-10 overall. The series is tied 1-1. The rubber match tonight is at 8 o'clock. Mike O'Neill Cruz hits a bomb last night. 3-run RBI, 3-run home run. Ashcraft goes 7 innings, gives up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts on the evening. Mike, the Buccos back at it tonight against the Rangers again for that hump game, that a rubber game, if you will. I'm sorry about that. And that is tonight at 8:05, game 3 of 3. One thing I do want to mention also yesterday, Mike, I talked about that Pitt West Virginia game, the 23-1. West Virginia was number 12 in the country when that happened.
Damn.
So
damn. That's rough.
That is rough, but we will take it. We'll certainly take it as Pitt fans. Let's see what else, Mike. I'm going to swing back around to you. Anything? What's your thoughts on today's show?
A great show, and I was going to bring up the pool because it kind of wraps up with my final thoughts. Like, wide receiver leads at 47%, guard at 26, tackle at 20, other at 7. That's kind of how those top 3 positions. I don't think you can go wrong with either one in the first round. I think it's going to be a great draft by Omar Khan and Andy Weedle in this first round. I expect some fireworks.
Yeah, it's going to be great, guys. This again, I think Omar Khan and company, they want to make this. They want this to be big. This is Pittsburgh. This is we're getting the draft, biggest event ever in our city, guys. So I know the Steelers want to make a big. They want to make it big. I know the fans want it big. Again, I want to welcome everybody to our great city, the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Of course, we're all together. We're all NFL fans this weekend. Guys, we'll get back to hating each other in a couple months. So I hope everybody stays safe. That is in town. Everybody that is, stays safe. That's from town. It is down there. But again, there's so much entertainment, so much going on, different music acts, just so much going on in our wonderful city. So if you are coming in, welcome. Have yourself a great time. I hope everything goes good for you. and you enjoy yourself with this NFL draft. I know that we sure will. Again, we'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock to cover it live right here. Myself, Mike, Derpy, RB, and again, I think Chop is going to be on the scene. So we have a lot going on tonight for the draft, guys. We hope to see everybody back then. I do want to say, ask Derpy, any thoughts before we go? Again, next time we see everybody, it's going to be draft time. What's your final thoughts for the day?
I hate everything.
There you go. That has been a year old now, if you can believe that, guys. The I hate everything. We'll have that ready tonight on tap. You know that, guys. Let's see. Nonconformists say you play rugby, not football. Let's go to Jamal. We thank you, sir. He says, hit that like button. We appreciate you as always. Georgian, everybody all the way down the board, guys. Thank you so much. I want to say this. Thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody on the board as well. You guys are always making the show interesting. You were amazing. The lifeblood of the show. I always say that. I always mean that. Thank you so much to everybody on the terrible board and everybody at home. I want to say as well, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're in the car, maybe you're at work, watching on your TV, perhaps. Anything, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, and like Derpy says, be careful with drinking, all that stuff as well. Don't want to see anything terrible happen, guys. So as I said, Mike, we'll be back tonight, 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Quick little rest. Yeah. Eat some good pizza. We'll be ready to go tonight, boys. I'm excited for it. This is my favorite time of the year, draft day, baby.
All right, guys.
It's gonna be a good one, boys.
Yeah, Derpy.
And ladies.
I said it's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Fans.
Get ready to open up them presents. We'll meet you under the Christmas tree tonight as we come sliding in on our knees to see what our new gifts are, our new presents here, as this is draft time in Pittsburgh, PA. Guys, Mike, Derpy, any last words?
Have a good one, guys. Hopefully we see you all back here in just under 5 hours.
Don't be a Mike Vrabel.
All right, there you go, everybody. We'll be back at 8 o'clock tonight, and if you don't make that, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to go over everything, guys. Tomorrow we'll be going into the draft, our number one pick, what we got coming up tomorrow night and through the weekend, and so much more. So we hope to see everybody then. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that came and hang out today. We appreciate you. We love you all. We hope that you have a great draft day. Enjoy yourself, and I hope you get everybody that you want in this year's NFL draft right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Mike, speak now, forever hold your peace, my friend.
Have a good day, everyone. You guys are awesome.
Derpy. All right, there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us at the Two Dum Yinzers. We appreciate each and every one of you. We surely, honestly do. For us here at the show, for Derpy, for Finch, for Chop, for RB, for Mike, myself, the Two Dum Yinzers. Have a great draft day. And again, we'll see everybody tonight. And if not, we'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.